Good evening. Bear with me a second. I didn't want to delay the start time any longer, but I am uploading some stuff in the background. If you are on any other platform, if you're on, I think if you're on Twitter, I can see you. If you're on Facebook, I don't get to see your comments. So if you want to comment and be seen, it's hard for me to do that on Facebook. I'll try and keep track on my phone, but I won't necessarily see your comments. So if you are on any other platform, it would be super cool if you could come over to my YouTube channel. If you're on Twitter or if you're on Facebook, the link should be in my bio, so it should be pretty easy for you to get to. But bear with me a second, I'm just uploading some stuff and my computer is being a little slow. So I'm sure if you're here, you've probably seen the conversation that was going on today in Battle Rap. I'll salute everyone in the comments. Let me try and bring up Facebook. Now, yeah, I want to bring up these things. I didn't even really want to show certain images, but I guess, you know, they're out there, and it's not like, excuse my appearance, I'm supposed to be lit today. I'm supposed to be watching Civil War. Civil War is going down, or well, attempts at civil war. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what this is. Like, this is big 2021, and there are people not understanding the basics. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave this here while I am uploading stuff. I'm just going to leave it there. Now, it's disgusting. It's outrageous. Like, I'm sorry I have to look at that. But like, if you're watching this right now and you don't have a problem, you don't see what's wrong with this image, I'm just going to leave it there for us to just look at that. Let's look at that terminology. Blacks. Now, whites, white people, my white friends, my white allies, the white racists who are tuning into this, whites might not bother you because, you know, you're white, and it's never been a pejorative. It's never been a term that you've had to been, you know, worried about. It's just you and your people. When people say whites, they're talking about you and your people. When you talk about blacks, that's a whole different story. It's King of the Ronalds, but like, let's look at that imagery of the, like, I'm getting Sambo vibes, I'm getting Gollywog vibes, like, and it's blackface. You've black-faced fucking Ronald McDonald. I'll address the comments. I'm not ignoring people. I'm just uploading things. Like I say, you've black-faced Ronald McDonald. It's like, how can we be racist and get away with it? I know this is what we'll do. That's what it looks like to me. I wasn't there at the time. I'm uploading some things that might provide a little bit of context. I'm hoping there are people in the comments that can help me out with that as well. Let's look at a caption. What's everyone's predictions for Prem versus No Loose Chat matchups? This is from summer 2015. Yeah, this is an event that didn't even happen, according to the comments. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. This didn't happen. This is from 6 years ago. And someone has gone deep down in their files. I say someone, Canel, or someone involved with Canel, maybe someone sent it to Canel, I don't know. But Canel has posted this from archive from 6 years ago and just happens to regurgitate it with No Loose Chat versus Prem, bringing up a black versus white what's the word I'm looking for? Lens. Look at this in a black versus white lens. That's how I want you to predict no loose chat versus Prem through a divisive lens. 2 hours ago, this post was up for at least 2 hours. 22 people, including Danny Jack, liked it. There were 27 responses on this post. Like there's so much from just that one bit alone. Let me have a look at some of these comments. Rebuild, hashtag rebuild. I'm gonna leave that up for a little while. Oh fuck, Trubs, I've just seen you live with you now. Damn, I'm sorry. Okay, I could have ignored a lot of those comments. That ain't the only mad flyer as well they have. It's disgusting. Lex, shout out Lex. I Battle Lex Luthor posted a flyer which I've just uploaded as well, which is even more. Paris, salute the Queen, no loose chat in the building. Enjoy that glass. Enjoy that glass. I got mine here as well. This is serious things, but I was already like on my way to litness. Whites don't bother me because it ain't got the history. You know, like that, Cooper. You know, like that. Excuse me while I choke. This is it. Why? Why did you go and drag up some shit? Some nasty shit that shouldn't have been acceptable at the time. And we'll talk about that. Like, there's so many layers to this nasty fucking onion. There are so many layers to this onion. When I see people talking about jokes, I've had to have notes. I've taken all this time. I wasn't here at the time, but I'm fucking here now. Like, and it's not like we're talking about I wasn't here in 1822 when I was selling my people. No, like this was 2015. So I've had to sort of, you know, I'm looking at the wider conversation. I'm taking notes. I'm calming down because when I saw it, I was shaking. I was literally shaking. And I had tears in my eyes. I was so mad. I wanted to cry. Not because I was sad, not because I was that hurt. It was hurtful as fuck. That this is a post in the UK battle rap community, like the UK battle rap group. That post had been up there for 2 hours. And Black people are just supposed to sit back and what? And put on for you and fucking Sambo for you. Like this is our shit. Like this. So I got notes. This is why I got notes. So I was fuming. I was so angry. If I'd have seen that, like, and the person in front of me, the person who posted that was in front of me, like, I don't know how I would have reacted because it's a visceral reaction. Racism causes a visceral reaction. That sort of irrational hate and irrational thought process to hate somebody, to have prejudice for somebody because of the color of their skin, like that sort of thing, it causes natural responses, violent responses, and Black people have to kind of tone down how they react. Some don't, and sometimes you get, you know, like the title, what did I call this? Some people have never been boxed in the mouth, and it shows. It does, because you cause a reaction, and this is what you get. So I've got notes. Linda says, I'm really struggling to process this, to be honest. I don't remember ever seeing this back then. You see, this is the thing. It's like, it obviously was a thing back then. I'm hearing Hulk claimed it. He's saying he did it. It was him that created it. I don't know. And if you didn't see it back then, someone who was so involved, others didn't see it back then necessarily, then it's like there was this whole other nasty little side where this is totally acceptable, and Black people are a part of it. Black people are a part of it. Like I say, I posted earlier on, I posted something and just said, you see this bullshit? Yeah, just like same way there are some white allies here who aren't claiming that nonsense. They don't co-sign any of that. The same way we don't co-sign coons. Like we don't claim that shit either. King of the Ronald being considered an edgy league. I read racism when I see that. A racist league shouldn't have allowed them to pass this off as banter at the time. Yeah, you see, when you have to use all of those quotation marks, say like, that's it, racist. That's what that was. Venom made a great point. Why has he still got this? Exactly. This is an event that did not happen. And even if you still have it, like, you remembered that you got that, and then you went and searched through 6 years of archive to go and find it, or you didn't have to search because it's in a special little place where you keep all them special little things. And or maybe it's just in a group chat. Maybe someone sent it to you in a group chat and said, ha ha. I don't know. There's lots of possibilities, but all of them are fucked up. Left that group instantly. Salute. Oh damn. I'm gonna pull up another one. I'm gonna leave this one up here while I have a look at some of the comments. Salute to Lex Luthor, who was who posted this on a thread on Twitter. Ignorant as fuck. As an outside fan, I always thought the scene was united against this shit. See, that's an interesting thing. The fact that I saw a lot of comments which was like, you see, this is why black people don't fuck with this shit. And it was like, of course. People talk about, where is that Battle of the Brave audience? In their house, where they're not fucking subjected to this sort of racism. Where is that audience? Not fucking with this. Not fucking with this. That's where they are. That's where they are. Why is the caption versus his... Why is this the caption versus his explanation for why he posted it? It don't add up at all. Well, the caption is deliberately provocative. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about my title. I'm just super defensive. Let me calm down, Bam. I'm sorry. Ooh, let me calm down. Exactly. It doesn't add up at all. His caption is in the caption. Let's go back to that nasty thing. Is... What's everyone's predictions for Premier Battles versus No Loose Chat matchups? So how can two things exist in the same universe? Why are you saying it has nothing to do with that yet? You're asking people to predict through that lens. Nonsense. I also saw a slave labor event name. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, this is that. I'm going to try and scroll through the comments a little faster. Danny, a fucking beg. It's interesting you say that. I had to post a comment that said coon vibes because he laughed at it. He said something like, this post is this. He said his first response was I laughed, not gonna lie, and then it was like, take this down, this is disgusting or something. Yeah, I know. Rivers, do you know how much I've been waiting for these battles to drop. You know how much I've been on Civil War. If you look at my Instagram stories, I said, don't no one phone me today. Don't speak to me today. I'm on Civil War. But, you know, certain things are more important. Careful, Jen. Was that when I was smoking, choking? Yeah, swallowing too fast. Still selling our people, but that's a convo for another day. Listen, Linda, add me. Okay, I'm gonna I may not let everyone in, and I'm sorry if I don't. I should have done this from earlier, but this is an open forum. Finding it weird as fuck that Hulk is defending this when Ronald's most viewed battle has him throwing a kid out for dropping the M-bomb. You see, well, you know, when you're a hypocrite, you can kind of play many sides of all the fences. BD said 2 with the accent. I didn't see that. Why is Jenny there? Either he or someone else went digging for it, or they had it at hand. Weird fucking thing to go digging for. Weird fucking thing to have it. I mean, you're saying it all. I saw it get posted a few months back. I didn't see that. Salute No Loose Chat. Shout out to you. I never saw that and swept it under the rug. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, if they got flagged back as well and then swept it under the rug. Okay. Too many people involved in hip hop and UK battle rap who fail to understand, respect, or appreciate the roots and culture, battlers and fans. Shout out Daniel Son, speak, talk, 100%. Okay, I think if you're on Twitter, I didn't get the link. Yeah, and if you're on Facebook, sorry, I'm just ignoring you. I saved this. Yeah, I saved it. Where's also so this is another flyer from King of the Ronalds. I have no context from this other than that Lex posted it. It's credible. It may be fake news, I don't know, but look at it. Fucking look at it. If this is real, you've got, you know, Rowan cracking the whip there. Is that Danny Jack? Who is that supposed to be? Danny? I don't know. Carrying, like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? How, like, 5 years ago, 5 years, this is what was going on in the scene. That's Callum Martin. Okay. Oh, that's Callum. Now, why are you posting something like that right now? Why are you posting that in context with Prem versus No Loose Chat? Why are you trying to do that? Hey, D-Mac, how's it going?
Yes, you're all right, Jen.
I'm good. Nice to see you. Nice to speak to you as always. And I hate that it's under some shitty circumstances, but you know.
I know, it's just...
We don't sweep shit under the carpet. Like, we address shit directly.
Shit's got to be addressed, innit? Because man just get too comfortable with being racist and just think because they got coon black mates that they can get away with anything. It don't work like
that. No, it doesn't at all. So what were your I think I might have a screenshot of yours from here. I was looking at everyone's opinions, looking at everyone's take on this. What was your opinion?
Me, I think because you see Prem and No Loose Chat getting all the attention now, and obviously he's a don't fuck type of guy, innit? I think he's purposely gone out his way to try and like downplay the thing, innit? But use like a racist undertone towards the thing because he's just like an attention seeker, innit? That's all I think. That's all it can be to it. You know what I mean?
So you think it was because of all the things, like let's think of the wide spectrum of things. No Loose Chat versus Prem. There are how many photos? There's a whole trailer of Tally and Shotty together. There's how many photos of of all the things that you could use to promote this event and ask people to drop their predictions. Like, you selected that. You went and you chose a blacks versus whites image. You're saying it was from 5 years ago, as though 5 years ago is 1909. You're saying it was from 5 years ago. Well, if it was from then, why are you then bringing that shit back now and tying it, making No Loose Chat versus Prem be blacks versus whites, like as though like?
Because that's clearly how he sees. That's clearly how he sees it, and he don't see nothing wrong with that.
So,
you know what I mean?
No Loose Chat is a London-based league. Yes, it's a predominantly black battler league. However, era versus era, you had Giz and Frost battling on there. You had I don't want to be counting up white boys. Look at the Process one. Like this is not about, you know, look at my black, but it's just not that. It's just not that. It's not, and it's not to be directed in that direction. Yes, there may be predominantly. Let's not act like let's not act like Rivers wasn't Premier Battle's first fucking champion. Let's not act like everything is like. Let's not act like Premier Battles are making it black versus white.
I just think if you've got that type of mindset, then you're clearly racist undertone. If you see that card and you think straight away, yeah, black versus white, then there's clearly something that needs to be addressed in your head. And regardless if you think it's funny or not, because it's not a black versus white card. And that's what the funny thing is, because Giz might be on the No Loose Chat card, You know what I mean? Rivers Impact could be on the PB card. Deviant could be on the PB card. Even I could be on the PB card. You know what I mean?
Deviant battled iKid on Premier Battles just the other day. This is what I'm saying. It's not about counting up your black people, because this is not how No Loose Chat don't sit there and count their white boys, and Prem don't sit there and count their black boys.
This is what we've been resorted to, though, because look, we're doing it. You get me? This is what we've been resorted to because of the undertone that people are setting on us. Do you understand?
Well, the thing is, I think what's going on right now with Prem and No Loose Chat, I don't think anybody involved in it is setting or attempting to set a black versus white. It is very much a No Loose Chat versus Premier Battles. Premier Battles have a team that is like, it's not like both rosters are segregated. This is not a segregation thing. And if it is, then the intention is to integrate. This is about rebuilding. This is about unifying. This is about moving on from that sort of bullshit, moving on from a place where, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. Like my guys, like,
I was.
This is the environment that they came up in. This is the environment that they had to battle in. They're battling on King of the Ronalds, and this is what the fuck that King of the Ronalds was doing, and they're having to walk in them rooms.
Yeah, well, first of all, they chose to go over there. I mean, they chose to go over the King of the Ronalds because everybody knows what that undertone was like. People might just follow the money, allow shit to slide in it. Like, battling is a choice. You choose where you go. No one puts a gun to your head and says, come over here. Like people went over to King of the Ronalds and got raises and jokes over them. They knew what was coming, but they accepted it at the same time. And I'm saying right now, this shit can't be accepted. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's another perspective. I saw, who was it? I think Tox was saying, I might have the screenshot. If I do, I'll try and bring it up. Tox was saying, well, I don't need the screenshot and people like that, but Tox was saying, this is, I beg you don't, this is why I don't fuck with battle rap anymore. This is why I can't do it.
This is the type of shit I thought about. People might say, yeah, D-Mac's the most hated and all that and whatever, but you got to understand there's a reason why I think I'm the most hated, and there's also a racial undertone to that, because I was only the black face at PB at one time, do you understand? And people didn't want that. Do you understand? That's why I just stepped away, because I felt like I weren't wanted. And then No Loose Chat come along, and that's why I've come back into battle rap, and then the exact same shit's happening again. You know what I mean? It just makes me think it's not even worth it. Like the PB versus No Loose Chat card, I might not even want to be on it because I know the type of audience that Premier Battles have, and I know the type of reception I've received. If we go on that card, and every No Loose Chat person who's on that card needs to be aware of the reception they'll receive. Do you know? Because it'll be nothing but hate.
Then maybe this attempt to kind of derail shit was a blessing in disguise, because Premier Battles are not Premier Battles the organization, Premier Battles the people, Premier Battles the team, the owners, the league, and every public face from down on are not fucking with this shit.
Yeah,
so You're saying the audience is
They've not grasped the new audience. Premier Battles.
What I'm saying is, maybe it's a good idea that this has happened from now.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to go ahead with the battles me PB versus No Loose Chat, because I think it's just going to integrate a load of negativity towards what No Loose Chat are building right now, and I think they need to be more established before they go against PB. Because for every one black fan, you got 1,000 white people that support battle rap. Do you understand?
Big facts, Linda. That's a point.
I think it's a blessing in disguise. It's happening to me personally.
Shotty wanted to unite with this card. That's it. Like the hashtag going around is rebuild. Like,
I think she's fucking off in it. Like, stay away from No Loose Chat, stay away from the forum, stay away from PB, stay away from No Loose Chat. Go do your own thing.
But like the thing, right? But you know,
it needs to happen, because No Loose Chat don't need Premier Battles. You don't need them. You're in your own lane. You don't need that. Don't bring that attract that racist crowd to your fucking channel. You don't need it. You get me? It's not needed. That's what I'm understanding now.
I hear that, and I can't argue with those frustrations. Like, I can't argue with that at all. I kind of disagree in the sense that I feel like in any situation, having No Loose Chat are going to do what No Loose Chat are going to do regardless. Big facts that they don't need anyone or anything right now. However, having allyship is important. Like having white people who
You've also got
have a
Zach.
voice.
What colour Zach? Zach's not black or white. Zach's an Asian brother. You know what I mean? Like it's multicultural. It's not just black and white.
I'm talking about in the terms of like in terms of ownership. Yeah. So like I'm talking about Shotty and I'm talking about Premier Battles. If they're Shotty, Briggsy, name carries weight. Shotty has a huge platform. Premier Battles is a huge platform. Having Premier Battles as an ally, having this thing, I can't see it as being a negative. I don't think No Loose Chat needs it, but having that
negative. Look,
unity.
They've been associated with Premier Battles for a week, and look at the negativity it's already drawn into the fucking situation.
But not from.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. This is just the one stepping stone. This is what will happen until the event happens, until after the event happens, and there's always that racial undertone. And No Loose Chat don't need to be heading in this direction right now. Carry on maintaining, building your own black audience or even multicultural audience. I'm just saying this audience, what you're gonna grasp from what Premier Battle's about to give you, you don't need it and you don't want it. It's just bare negativity, bare stereotypes, and they don't rate or like black people, and it is what it is.
Hold on, D-Mac. Until one little prick, come out and posted something. Let's look at what's gone on. It's been 7 days. Right, from literally 7 days, literally last Saturday. No, but I'm talking about, look at the amount of, this has been a few hours since one dickhead did some dickhead shit. And it exposed a hell of a lot of people and a hell of a lot of things. However, for the past week, the amount of back and forth, the amount of energy, the amount of and it's been spicy as fuck. And it's never been divisive. It's never it's only when certain people, them people who aren't playing, get involved, and it's like, oh, and maybe that was the intention, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I can't speak to people's intention. I can talk about effect though, and that's the obvious effect. This to me, it's obviously had an impact on this and an effect.
Man of moving shook. It's exposing a lot of people's true colours and a lot of people's true feelings because of the power and the progression that No Loose Chat are having.
But all right, let's talk about this. Shotty's intention with Rebuild was to help promote No Loose Chat's talent. It's of all folks, all races working together to rebuild the culture. Anyone who portrays it as one race as another has no place in battle rap. Now, when Shotty talked about battling on No Loose Chat, talked about being like, he kind of was coming like, I need to do more. This is a black thing. I'm a guest in this culture. I've reached I've worked hard and I've done a lot, but I've reached a fortunate position. I need to pay it forward. I respect No Loose Chat. I respect everything they're doing over there. They're lit. I wanna add what I've brought to that because I know what I can bring. I
rate Shotty, but his audience, not all of his audience agree with his stance.
They don't. But the thing is, if the organization is coming forward and saying, this is what we represent, we have to leave it up to Prem are saying, and I fully believe, we don't fuck with this shit. We're not standing for this shit. So when I have assurances that I'm not going to speak up, I know Premier Battles aren't fucking with this shit. And I fully believe that if their audience tries to I just feel like this shit's not acceptable and it will be nipped in the bud. And until you have these sort of confrontations, you can't challenge it. You have to challenge people to where do you stand in this? We're not racist over here. We fuck with them over here. And if you want to come out and be racist, if you want to be racist at home and no one knows about it, then I can't deal with that. I can't, that's not a problem I have to deal with. I don't know what everyone's doing at home, but if you're going to come out and be racist, we're going to come out and not fuck with you. We're going to come out and ban you. We're going to come out and, do whatever we have to do to let it be known that we don't promote that. And I think that's far more valuable than having No Loose Chat just say, you know what, we're going to isolate, we're going to segregate because this is just too fucked up. And now I'm new coming into this, so I wasn't in it when
I wasn't in it. I'm only been in battle like 2 years. You get me? Like last year was COVID, and year before that I was active. You know what I mean? So it's only like 2 years. This is like my 3rd year now. You know what I mean? But I still like all the racist undertones coming towards me. Like I seen it from a mile away. Do you understand? But this is why I like No Loose Chat, because it's away from that. It's away from that audience. But now it's attracting that audience to a place where I try to get away from. And you don't understand that. Like, I know arguing back and forth with people all day, but you've got to think of your mental health and mental tiredness. And it's mentally draining going back and forth, doing this shit all day with people, arguing with people online. Do you understand? And that's why you got to get away from it. It's like No Loose Chat was that hub I got away from. But now it's like attracted what I've got away from. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is just showing you what's about to come. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's fucked up, D-Mac.
Nah, it is fucked up.
Especially as you've been in it 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years have been about
2 years.
Yeah.
Linda says, think of it as a microcosm of society as a whole. All we want is for folks at the top to acknowledge and make moves with inclusion in mind and stand against hate. PB have done and do that. See, I fully agree. And I think that's it. If leadership, like the thing is, you can't control who watches battle rap, who the audience is. You can't control whether racists watch battle rap. But if you have leadership, building, communing, like collaborating, promoting Black artists, Black leagues, Blackness, the fact that battle rap, yeah, white boys, pussy holes, this is Black, yeah. Whoever doesn't like that can fuck up. Like, this is a Black thing. This is hip hop. Battle rap is one of the elements of hip hop. Hip hop, yeah, is Black in its essence. And if you're a white boy in this thing, you are a guest. Please make yourself welcome accordingly.
Preach that shit, then preach.
Make yourself welcome accordingly. Like the people, there are many cultures and races accepted and completely loved and revered in hip hop because they pay homage, because they understand, because this isn't about division. It's not about divisiveness, but it's about paying respect. And what you're certainly not going to do is disrespect the heart of it, the essence of it. Like, you can't do that. You can't be in hip hop and be racist. Like, it's just end of. You can't be in battle rap and be racist.
But you can in UK battle rap because it's not hip hop, it's spoken word, it's uni boys, it's middle class people who find Shuffle T and Marlo funny, and people like me and Rivers cringy.
I like Shuffle T and Marlo, but like,
I like Shuffle T and Marlo, but you understand, we're diverse people. Not everybody has that train of thought. You understand?
But like that's the thing. Like, but that's where things like this I feel are helpful in a sense to come out and like show where do you stand on this, because this is where the people whose league you're fucking with, this is where they stand on it. Like, this is where they're coming from.
They should come out and cancel Canal himself as well. You know what I mean?
They already have.
You sure about that? But I can tell you
on Twitter.
I've not got her on Twitter. I don't follow him. I've never.
No, I'm not talking about her. Well, actually, let me check my thing because I
don't think Don't Fuck will cancel him. I think they'll book him just to get interviews me because they're a sad, pathetic bunch of fucking people.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't like the C word because it can be a little triggering. However, the person who Canal has Don't Flop in his branding, like he's got it on he's a very public Don't Flop battler. He's come out and done some really.
Why he's done it because he doesn't like the traction that No Loose Chat and PB are getting. He don't like the attention.
That's how it looks like to me. That's how it looks like to me.
He chose his side, didn't it? That's
like the thing is, all right, let me bring up Mackenzie. I've got no personal issue with Mackenzie. But one of the problems with this is like, all right, white people, listen, you don't get to tell Black people how to feel or react to things. You don't get to say this is playing a black card. This is objectively racist. This imaging, this phrasing, all of this is objectively racist. Like, that's not up for discussion. And if you want to discuss that, talk to your white people who understand. Talk to white people.
I don't understand why they left the lip thread. I don't understand any of the picture. I don't understand any of it.
It's blackface. Like any of it.
It's like a
what I'm saying, D-Mac. This is what I'm saying. Like, objectively. So if you are someone who cannot see that it is objectively racist, I'm not talking to you. Talk to a white person who isn't racist, and they will tell you why it is. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who understand that this is objectively racist. Oh, and also, hold on, black people. Yeah, Danny Jack. Yeah, Hulk. Yeah, people like you, yeah, who think that this is a joke and it's funny. I'm talking to you too. I'm not talking to you. There's too much work to do with people like talk to some white or black people. Talk to your, you know what? Talk to your family. Ask your dad. Ask your family. Ask your people. Why? Yo, is this racist? Ask them, and they will check you. It's not my job. That's way too much work. Like I'm too busy for that shit, and this is too important. Like there's way too many people who kind of are on the page. Like I'm not addressing that bullshit, but like this comment kind of highlights it. So Mackenzie says, for context, Canal was posting a flyer for an event that Mickey Worthless had years ago, which was intending to poke fun at the supposed racial divide in UK battle rap. Canal isn't a racist. He's a committed anti-racist, as anyone who's had any kind of conversation with the guy would be able to tell you. Clearly, the post was intended for banter, which missed the mark. Fair play to anyone who didn't appreciate it, but it's really not that deep. Hold on, one sec. How's it going? I'm just adding.
I thought I'd weigh in because I represent a point in time. If you saw Willsy's tweet,
I did. Yeah, I've got them. Yeah, and you are from that time. I added you straight away without question.
And I was working for Don't Flop at that point in time and stuff. So I want to weigh in, but I'll let you guys finish first, and then I'll.
What I just wanted to do was to highlight this. I said to Mackenzie, there's so many problems with this one response. I'm going to use it as part of the basis for my live. I'm going to address. So for context, thank you for adding context. Context is always important. Now, you're saying it's an event idea that was from years ago. Okay. The fact that it was an event idea, big problem. Years ago, 5 years ago, big problem. Intended to poke fun at the supposed racial divide. Those are three big problems there. You're poking, hold on. Those are three problems. You're poking fun at the supposed, there was one, racial divide. So you're poking fun at a racial divide that you're saying was supposed, there was one. That's three problems. Canal isn't a racist. I said, like, don't chant, like, that post is objectively racist. That's another problem. He's a committed anti-racist, yada, yada, yada. Clearly, the post was intended for banter. Racism is not funny. Blacks versus white is not banter. It's not funny. Missed the mark. No, it upset and hurt and divided. Like, it's like the fact that you think it's banter that missed the mark. No, this was intentionally divisive and was brought into No Loose Chat versus Prem. Fair play to anyone who didn't appreciate it. No, not fucking fair play. I was angered. I wanted to cry from anger. If I saw Canal, I would have punched him in his fucking mouth. Not fair play to anyone who didn't appreciate it. That's a pussy old move. It's really not that deep. Yo, it's skin deep. It's blood deep. Do you know what the black guys who were in, like black guys in battle rap at the time, don't say it's not that deep. Like, are you fucking serious? Bam, you were there. Hold on, D-Mac. Hold on, Bam, you were there.
Yep.
What did you talk?
My issue, and I was in a deep conversation with Soul about this recently, because I was saying one of the toughest scenarios for me, firstly, like what Willsy was saying about how certain battles and stuff were built, I will put my hands up and feel like there's certain situations where I feel like I wish I had more of a say, but at the same time, when I was doing events and stuff, I only had a say in what I was running, and I tried my best to use the events I was putting on and stuff to put people on. I remember there was a time where I was like the only DF staff member that went to a Gab event because I wanted to go to, like, it's in Stockwell, do you know what I mean? Like, it was down the road, firstly, and I wanted to be involved, and I wanted to see what people are doing. And because I did things like that, I got to try and put on people like Rivers and stuff later down the line through events that we're doing. But the problem was, and this is what I was trying to explain to Jed, and he has a similar situation because as a Scottish person, he wasn't completely accepted by a bigger English audience anyway, because he was outcasted for a different reason. But it was so hard to get people to be put on in Don't Flop because of underlying racism within the country. When you have such a mass white audience, when the biggest people in that scenario are all white, the O'Sheas, the Lunas, the Shotties, whatever, like they're all great and they earn their spot. But other than that, you had Tony D, like, do you know what I mean? And that was it, right? So it was so hard to actually get people to accept new black battlers because they didn't like what they were doing because of an underlying racism that you may not be aware of. But when it's a majority, if you don't look like what's popular...
You've just made me notice something, and I've stopped you when you said, if you don't look like what's popular. You mentioned Tony D. Look at us fucking light skins here. Look at us who can speak out right now. Look at us who can talk about this. Like, look at who would, like, it's like Tony D. He's palatable. I know as a light-skinned black woman, I am palatable. I am so much closer to whiteness than a dark-skinned black woman. I am far more acceptable. I'm exotic, like I'm interesting. Yes, I still have race, but like, yeah, it's interesting. It's so interesting. The colorism even.
Like 100 Bullets said it to me one day, and I fully got it. He's like, either you're a Tony D where everyone wants to be as cool as you, or you're a Shotty where everyone relates to you being in that scenario. Like, one of the greatest things for people in, say, Shotty versus Arsenal is watching a white boy talk shit to a black boy. Like, that's the essential thing. Like, no matter how good that he is, it was like, yo, how's he talking to this guy? Like, this guy that comes from a different environment, like, way more gangster, like, in their heads. Do you know what I mean? Despite whatever Shotty may have been through in life, they're going to stack it up with these stereotypes where they're like, yeah, Arsenal's the guy and Shotty's our guy talking shit to him right here. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so there was these two bias which fans gravitate to, which is either you want to be cool as Tony D or you want to relate to people that you relate to because you feel like you can then step into that situation and be the next Shotty, Luna, O'Shea, whoever. And that's like one of the toughest scenarios that I was trying to get across to Jed. And he got it in the end, but he said, I didn't really feel like that because he mentioned like, yeah, we did have like Nishi back in the day, but that was one black guy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like there's only very few like people that have broken through to the heights of up here because of it. Like, whether fans accept it or whatever, their bias and understanding of what they thought was cool. And a great example for me is, why does RD blow up compared to however many other talented rappers? Because there's so many little geezers out there that can go, he's our way into this culture. Like, and that's why these people propel themselves at a much faster rate, because when they see white people doing something in a black art form, suddenly it opens the door for all of them. They think they can start saying the N-word when they rap along with track, all of this kind of stuff, right? Like, because of their relation and their door into it. So it's the same sort of thing that was happening in battling. And I was just trying to explain that it was so difficult to try and put on people that I considered to be great rappers and great battlers that I saw had the potential to get somewhere, and the fan base rejected them. Like, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Like, but at the same time, it was tough to keep pushing that forward when, you know, at the end of the day, controversy sells. Like, and the great example was that I think it's one of our like darker moments of promotion. But at the end of the day, it wasn't meant to be so much a build as a white versus black thing when it was Wilsey and Soul Jitsu up against Innuendo and his crackhead mate. I can't remember his name. But like, legitimately, it was more a scenario where it was like, it's more about coming from one side of the hood and the other side, the North's hood and the South hood. And it was like, in my head, I didn't even view it as a black versus white thing. But at the same time, I can see why so much people took it like that. But in my head, I'm just like, I'm going to watch Soul Jitsu and Wilsey destroy these white boys anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I knew they were better rappers, but the controversy sold it in a scenario that meant everyone wanted to watch it. Like, so it was just like, there's times where I overlooked it and stuff, but there's also times where you don't have that much control in that. Like, my events were my events, and all I could do was try and curate those events to the best of my ability and put on people that I respected as rappers, regardless of their skin color or whatever. But that's like my biggest frustration looking back, that it was so hard. And it was made clear by going to No Loose Chat recently, where I look around and I'm like, right, Bagnall, you were never at a Gift of the Gab event. Like, do you know what I mean? All these guys that suddenly want to turn up now that like No Loose Chat's starting to pop, they were never there previously, even in the fans, like in the crowds and stuff. And that's no offense to Bagnall, whatever, he's my friend. But do you see what I'm saying? When I was going to these events back in the day, no one wanted to come with me. No one wanted to come down to South London. Like, no one even wants to check me in my fucking ends. Like, do you know what I mean? It's too far for most people. But, like, legitimately, like, it was just such a segregated mentality. But now suddenly that there's a popularity around it, everyone's like, oh, this is the new cool fit. Like, do you know what I mean? And in my head, that's where it triggered it. And I was like, why couldn't you be like this when I was trying to push people that I respected way back when? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, it's very frustrating. And I'm glad that this has come to light so I can talk about this. But it's just something that's been in the back of my head, and I've started to realize it more and more and more. So that's how I feel about all of this. You know, welcome to the chat.
I would just like to say, what up, everyone? Everyone good? Yeah, we out here. Listen, I would just like to say, salute to you, Bam, because I remember, like, Bam was literally the only one from over there coming to Gab events.
Because it was fun. Like,
you know what I'm saying? And he knew, and everyone, we used to always say that everyone was welcome at Gab. No one was not included. Everyone was welcome. We made everyone feel welcome, just like we feel welcome when we go to Prem. When they feel welcome when they come to us. It's like there was never a divisive thing with us. You get me? Whereas, like, when that post was posted, you started to see the little ones crawl out of the woodwork. Even it's been going on for a long time.
Pete, can I get to you for one second? I just want to address, like, everyone's come on now, and I'm going to get to you in turn. But Bam, I just wanted to address this one point. You can tell that Bam had this inside for too long. Your passion, your what the fuck? Like, is that the case? Like, hey, look, just hearing you talk like that, hearing like you say this, it just feels like, yeah.
There's a reason that I was not involved with the scene for 2 whole years. There's a reason I unfollowed every single battler. Once I said I'm done with it, I was done. Like, do you know what I mean? And I've taken that long to be able to come back and look at it as a fan, as opposed to someone that was involved in how are we going to make money out of this next? How can we capitalize on this situation? Like, and that in itself is like, there's so much things now where I think about and like that people don't really understand. And it's like, I will never come back and battle like to give anyone a plate, because I gave people as much plates as I could possibly do. I was always arguing over fees. I was arguing over stupid things like, why can't we post someone's music on the main page? Like, why can't we put that on? Like, because there was this whole thing where it's like, oh, we're going to make as much as we can out of people, but at the same time, we're not going to put them on. Like, and in my head, like, while I'll never battle, I've always tried my best to put people on, like, in scenarios that I've been in and stuff, you know? But then when I got to a point where it was just like, I was done with I saw it would never, ever change. I said years ago, one of the biggest factors in why I left Don't Flop was because I said, delete the forum. Stop posting anything on the forum, post it on the main page. If it's news, post it on the main page. Delete the forum. It creates negativity and it takes away from all of the places where we should be having a conversation. And literally, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then he turned around like a few days later and was like, no, there's no point in doing it. It's got like 15,000 followers, whatever. And it was situations where I'm like that, where it's like, so we'd rather work business in a backwards way, because obviously as we started to move over to working with Unilad and stuff, I realized the power of, you want to put, like, people would go in, like different staff members would go into the group chat, like the forum, just to be like, oh, this is the next main event or whatever. And it's like, great, that's the forum talking, but you didn't post it on the main page. So you're not even pushing people in the right space, and you're not creating conversations where we can control them. You're just allowing everybody to be negative. Like, it was such a negative thing for me. And that's why I removed it. And the other side is egos. Like, you know, like the other side of it is egos. Like, and I said that on your status earlier, like, I don't think Kanell's a racist person. I think he's had a racist moment and he's ignorant. He's not grown up in a scenario where he knows why it's ignorant, and his apology demonstrates that as well. But what he's done here, exactly what he's done here, has allowed his ego and the fact that everyone else was having fun, and he's just come in and kicked the ball over the fence because he thought that would be the best way to get everyone's attention. Like, and it's just not. And that's how people fall victim to their own egos. When it's like, you go from, you made a rap that you put on your Instagram, and suddenly you're battling and everyone's sucking your dick and stuff, and then you can't take it when people aren't sucking your dick the next time round. Like, people don't know how to conduct themselves in those scenarios because they never came up for it. Most of the people that you can see, like, take someone like Shotty, take Tony D. Like, Tony D is the greatest example of a champ that we've had, because it wasn't just the way he conducts himself in the ring, it's how he conducts himself as a person and represents the scene as an entirety. You know, he never lets his ego get out of check unless he's in a battle scenario. And all these other people don't know how to do that because they've never dealt with the attention that people suddenly get when they're boosted in battling. So if you can't handle that, and it puts you in a scenario where you're going to actually be offensive and you can't even put your hands up and properly say, my bad, then don't be a part of it. Like, it's bad for your mental health as well. Like, it literally is. If you look at people having fun and you can't be like enjoy what they're doing. He could have come in 1,000 ways and spun being a part of this. He could have said, so which PB or no lose chat, who's going to sign me up so I can battle? But he didn't do that. He came in a way that was destructive just so he could get some likes in an echo chamber. People left laughing.
Your audio is fucking up a bit.
Is it
There's
me?
an echo.
Is it me?
Hold
I've
on,
got
let me-
my volume completely off.
And I think you're back now. You're back now. You're back now, Bam. You're back now. You're good
I
now.
can
I
hear it as
think
well.
it's
though.
okay.
But that's it. You know, basically, if you're just not in a scenario where you can deal with this attention and you can't keep your ego in check and you can't respect the black culture.
Someone, hold on. Has someone got YouTube on? Because I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Hello?
Is someone? Let's
Sounds
see.
a bit mad.
I think
Yeah.
that's better now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's perfect. Sorry, Bam. Sorry to interrupt you, but there was an echo.
No
As
worries.
soon as he said echo chamber.
that's mad.
All right, let me, Bam. Thank you. No,
That's
thank you
all I had
so
to say,
much
but thank you for having me on.
No, stay there. Don't you dare fucking go anywhere. I just want to thank you everyone for jumping on the stream. Oh, Champ, got him in here as well. I want to get everyone. I'm going to go in the order that you came in. I want to hear from all of you. Briggsy, Premier Battles in the building. How you doing, Briggsy? Evening.
Okay,
Yeah,
man,
I'm good. I'm good. Fucking. Wait, I missed all this.
Fucking right.
I've been in bed all day with an illness, and I just woke up to it all.
Oh, mate.
This is. Yeah, it's frustrating at the fact for 7 days it's been nothing but positivity and bringing entertainment back to the scene between No Lose Chat and Prem, and then someone that's not even a Prem battler is just, like you say, it's fucking pathetic, mate. It's absolutely pathetic. But the thing is, what I'm seeing on the forum, just let I've scanned through. Obviously, I missed the original post; it's been deleted. But people saying, "Oh, this was done in 2015, so you can't be mad at it now." Like, nah, you can't be mad at it now because the way it's been used as well, like.
Right.
Took a flyer from 2015, made
It was posted today.
Yeah, posted today, but relative to this event, which is actually 7 years after that was put out.
You've tried to make it. You've taken that flyer and asked for predictions. You've taken black versus white. You've taken that imagery. You've taken that blackface. You've taken that place. You've taken all of the people from the forum from that time, that way of thinking. You've done so much with that one post and tied it and asked that everyone look at No Loose Chat versus Premier Battles through that lens in the UK Battle Rap Forum, in the UK Battle Rap group. And UK Battle Rap group, you can say you didn't see it, you can say it was up there for 2 hours and there were 27 comments on that post. For you to not notice that, for you to not pay attention to that, for no one to think that's an issue, that's a problem, that is a fucking problem. How dare you allow the community, not just the black people, how dare you allow everyone to be exposed to this shit when this is what's going on right now? From the time that was a post, it should have been nixed. And I don't get that, like Canal, someone posted something on Canal has been divisive for a minute. I don't know if I've got the screenshot, but I appreciate the people. I don't know, what I know of Canal, I actually fuck with. Like, I've had conversations on stream with Canal where even, I think it was on the Prem stream, and it was a similar sort of thing we were talking about. And I thought you made some really valid points and made a really valid, I got no racist undertones or vibes, but like the things that he's saying, like what did he do the other day? I don't want, this is not a witch hunt, because this is not just Canal. This is a situation, and Bam's just talked about a whole atmosphere that existed at a time, a whole situation. These battlers have been in it. I'm sure we're going to hear about it. But right now, to bring that up and bring it into something you're not involved in, where there's so much positivity, there's so much unity going on. And like, it's not even like it's kumbaya unity. These men are going back and forth and being hella spicy, and we're all fucking with it. No one's looking at it like that. And that's where you're taking it. And you've been trying to take it there. Yeah. So I can't even fuck with the you're not racist shit. Someone jump in now. Briggsy, carry on, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, obviously, Paris has been in all the conversations we've had between the leagues. Like, when we originally come up with the idea, it wasn't going to be PB versus No Lose Chat. And one of the simple reasons is because it makes fans pick a side, which we didn't want to do, especially at the minute. But at the same time, after the conversations we all had, it was like, let's make this shit entertaining. Fans want entertaining. And it's a good way to sort of incorporate No Lose Chat up in the north. And then we're going to do leg 2, which was the plan anyway, do leg 2 down in London the following year. So it brings Prem back down south. But this has just changed the narrative completely. And it's only fucking 4 or 5 idiots who have changed it.
I don't know that it has though. I'm gonna go on to Scoop and then Paris and then Wiretap and Yunan. I don't know that it has, because for 7 days the timeline has been going crazy. The energy for this has been crazy. Now, I cannot see that anyone here will allow that to happen, will allow some dickhead, and the thing is, it's like if you are trying to derail this, like, you're just outing yourself. All you're doing is you're outing yourself. This is not a fucking safe space for you. This is not a safe, like, the leagues will not accept you. The media will not accept you. The battlers will not accept you. No one's accepting you. This is not a safe space for you to try and derail anything, because the minute, now that this has come up, and it's come up early, we're still in September 2021. This isn't happening until next year. So this has come up early. The minute some motherfucker tries to come out with something mixy, something even remotely racist, like, it's done for you. Like, it's done. It's done. And we all, the people involved, Premier Battles is not looking at No Loose Chat like these niggas, and No Loose Chat is not looking at Premier Battles like, just make a racist move. Like, that's not the vibes. The vibes is, we know, like, this is battle rap. Like, everyone involved knows what's going on. So you can't come and derail nothing. Like, this shit is safe. So this is just, it's been like the reason why I feel comfortable to come out and have this conversation and say, like, this is something that has to be addressed. We can't sweep this bullshit under the carpet. We're going to talk about it. What Bam is saying, like, this is a whole conversation from a whole, like, I wasn't even a part of it. So, and there's guys who have been through a lot, and this is bringing back trauma. Like, when I use that trauma word, I'm not using it lightly. I'd love to see someone come and talk about a black card, come and talk about marketing, come and talk about using this as an excuse. I will punch you in your face. Like, people went through trauma. So we're going to talk about it. And when we're done talking about it, we're going to move forward with the unity and with the love and the vibes and the fuckery that's going on right now. We're going to move with all of that smoke, all of that battle rap shit. That's going to keep going. Like, Scoop.
Yeah, sorry, Jen. Let me just
no, go on, Briggsy.
There's one comment there saying that, why does it have to change the narrative of the event? It's not going to change the narrative of what PB versus No Lose Chat is. That's always going to stay the same. What I'm saying is it's made this a conversation today rather than us announcing the second battle on the card. Like, we've had to deal with this, which is absolute bullshit. It should be here. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Look at that. You motherfuckers. I'm even more mad now. You fucking little racists made us do this, and then you took that from us. Okay.
And I just interviewed you, Nan, for Apex, and no one really cared because
listen,
the vibe is on this now.
Trubs, I got my notification because, of course, I'm Wiretap Gang, and the notification came on. And you'll go back to the beginning of the stream, about 10 minutes in. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, sorry, Trubs. Oh, no, you posted in the group. That was it. I think you said you're going live in 5 minutes. You'll go back, and I said, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm so sorry, Trubs. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. The stream is needed. Don't get it twisted. This stream is needed.
Yeah,
I'm
these
saying
are
the
issues
vibe.
that need to be talked about.
I'm saying the vibe switched straight away when we was all promoting events to promoting PBNLC. Now we was about to start promo for Apex, and now it just changed to. It's always this in it. It's always. But anyway, I'll wait for my turn to talk in it.
Briggsy, do you want to leave us with anything, or not leave us because you're not going anywhere? Or let's go to Scoop.
What's good?
How you doing, bro? We've had conversations in the past.
Yeah, there's a few things I want to say on this still. Remember one thing, Jen, I spoke to you about this.
Yeah, many a time.
On numerous occasions, isn't it? On numerous
many
occasions.
Time, bro.
I'm very glad.
Like this.
Do you know what it is for me? Do you know what it is for me? Sometimes when you look at certain situations, you have to highlight who's saying what, why they're saying it, and don't let it affect whatever you got going on. Because the reality behind the situation is this: what you guys are doing on both sides, no lose chat, Premier Battles, is what battle rap has needed for a long time in terms of peace, unity. Not the thing that people fail to understand, right, is that battle rap used to be this club of you can't sit with me, you're not top tier, you're not this, you're not that. That's been scrapped now. Yeah? Everyone is interacting. This is what we need. You need unity in order for things to grow, regardless whether it be battle rap or anything in life. Now, the thing was, I'm very glad, like, big ups to Bam for everything he's saying, because he's a very credible person to be saying what he's saying, right? The reality behind the situation, there's always been a racist undertone in battle rap, and nobody wanted to address it. And when you did address it, you was ostracized. When you did address it, people would say to you that you're talking rubbish. You're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah.
I was called racist last year.
Yeah, like, for example, when it was, for example, there was always don't flop, then give to the gab, right? Let's be real. The first time I heard the term street rapper came through battle rap. Yeah? And let's be real, we knew what that meant. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat you. We knew what that language, meant. Bro. I'm not gonna put a man in a box for being a rapper. You're a rapper. You're a rapper, regardless of what you're rapping. But man will say, "Oh, you're a street rapper." What are you talking about, bro? Or you'll get you're a role clone. You're trying to be like them guys. When I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Because man raps about what he's rapping about. I'm supposedly this. Bro, you're supposed to just come and rap whatever you want to rap about. It's supposed to be a free space. But the problem is nobody really wanted to address it, and nobody really wanted to say things. Why do you think there were so many battles that got thrown at me, and I knew the tone when certain battles got thrown at me? It was like, I looked at it and I thought, no, I know what this is. I'm not taking this battle because this is, no joke, this is going to be, all right, cool. Say if you said to me, battle shuffle T, I'll be like, for what? What do I say to shuffle T? Our styles don't match, our style won't be that. Shuffle T will clown me. And rightly so, and probably say a lot of things that will make the crowd laugh, whatever, this and that. And I look at it like, this isn't what people really want to see. But then I look at it like, this is what you call finesse. But the thing about the scene is that nobody really wanted to speak up about it. And the people that did speak up about it, they was ostracized for it. And one of the realities we have to face now is just based on what I'm seeing with the scene now, this is just a blip. Think about it, right? No disrespect to Canal, but he's not involved in none of this. So think about this very carefully. The guy that's not involved,
No, I'm sorry. I'm just ad-libbing big facts because I'm.
The guy that's not involved is the guy that's trying to tarnish. So think about that very carefully. You get what I'm saying? The people who are not involved in the rebuilding will be the ones to try and tarnish whatever you're doing. So at the same time, my view of it is obviously this stream is needed, but I try not to give attention to negative people, because some people take any kind of publicity as publicity. Like,
the thing is, like, this is not about. This is about the conversation, so that we can have it, so that trauma can be like, let's like like you said, we've spoken before. Bam has said a lot. I'm sure other people are going to say. I'm sure people who haven't said anything have. This is a thing. This is history. This is context, like all of that. But what's going on right now? This doesn't change any of that. It's important to have the conversation because it's arisen. It's not about Canal, but it is. It's about that post. It's about it's about addressing the fact that you're trying to do that. And it's about saying it's about making a point of that.
Of course.
Not allowing it to, I can only imagine what Premier Battles is thinking when this is unfolding earlier, how they're feeling when this is unfolding, how they're feeling when it's someone who's got nothing, fuck all to do with what is going on right now is doing this and trying to fuck up the shit. Like, I can only imagine what.
But I always say, like I said, the bigger picture in it, because it does need to be said. I love seeing the fact that you can see Shotty and Tally in the same room, dapping each other up, trying to put together a card. You would have never saw that years ago. You would have never have seen that years ago. That's unheard of. That's unheard of because people's egos were inflated. People would have tried to block it. Nobody would have wanted to see that. For me, the negative, like all this negative stuff is just coming from people who don't want to see don't want to see people thrive. It's as simple as that. They don't want to see people thrive. It's as simple as I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't want to see man thrive. And it's like Bam said, certain man's egos are so inflated, they don't know how to just take it on the chest and say, you know what, that was effed up. Because the reality of what he did, there's no way of sugarcoating that. It's fucked up. Like before you posted that, you knew it was wrong. Before you posted that, you knew it was wrong. Well, like you're a grown man. No one has to tell you, bro. That's like, don't do that. No one has to come in well, you know it's effed up, bro. You know it's gonna cause controversy. And the thing about it is, to me, you're just being the enemy of everything that's trying to be built now. Everything that's trying to be built now, because look, for however long, everyone said the scene was dead. I said the scene was dead. Yeah?
You were wrong,
I said
baby.
I said the scene was dead. Straight, I'll say it on my chest. Yeah? I said the scene was dead. But now I can't say that. I have to take my words back now, and I can't say that because of what I'm seeing now. So for me, I just look at it and say, bruv, think about it, if you have to drag a post back from 2015, you're trying to take things back to when it was bad.
Yeah.
You're
That's what I'm saying. You're bringing back so much. Like, it's not, for anyone who's saying it was just a joke, you don't see it. It's objectively racist for so many reasons. It's objectively divisive for so many reasons. Look at the fucking caption.
Exactly. The last thing I'll say is, like, think about it carefully. If Bam was done, you was done with battle rap for a while. I don't blame you. Yeah. If a man like Bam can come back out, there's bare people coming back out. You're bringing in new fans. You're bringing back old people who was really relative to our scene, and you're bringing people together. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Obviously, highlight stupidity like this, but obviously, we have to get to a point where I feel like the solution is to let people know it's not going to be accepted. Because the problem is, we can have a conversation. People can have a conversation, but what's the point of having a conversation if there's no solution? Because what will happen is, for example, someone will do it again and we'll be back having the same conversation.
No, but like the solution is already in action. You see like Briggsy over there, and you see Paris down there. You see Shotty and Tally going back on diss tracks at each other. Not once amongst that has any sort of nastiness. Not once. Like, there's people like getting down and sucking dick and shit, but like no one's coming out with any racism. No, sorry, let me clear that up. Like you get the typical sort of dick riding in the comments. Like, you get some real like, oh, people are gonna die, why is this happening? Like, you get that sort of stuff. But there's nothing like this. Nothing like this. And I'm sure if anyone on this panel, anyone involved in that sort of stuff that's going on would have seen that, it would have been stamped out and raised its ugly head immediately. None of that is happening over here. So the solution is already in progress. But what this is just like, addressing it. And because it's come up, not sweeping it under the rug, so that people like DMAC, who is 2 years in, thinking, nah, we need to just isolate. We need to just, like, I'm not trying to be a part of this. Like, that's what the man then went through, and they told me about it. I'm not trying to do that. So he doesn't feel like that. So he feels comfortable. So he feels like this is a space which is welcoming for him. So people like Bam, like get to say that sort of shit. Like, this needs to happen, and then we need to move on. And whenever it comes up, and if people still feel like it needs to be addressed, then it will be, because it's part of the solution. Like, it's healing process. It's healing, but the solution is already in action. Let me move on while I'm saying that. Paris, Queen, Ms. Madam, Madame No Loose Chat in the building. How you doing, my girl?
I'm all right, you know.
What's this?
I'm all right.
What are you making of all of this?
At this point, I'm just tired. I'm tired of having to go back and forth with this bullshit, fam.
That's Maris. That's facts.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, this ain't new. This is not a new situation. This has been going on for time.
Yes.
When we was doing Gab, we was trying to get Gab rappers to be able to battle at Don't Flop. They weren't fucking with us at all in any way. Like that dickhead who runs Don't Flop, he blatantly made it obvious he weren't fucking with none of us. Like, I'd go to his events, I'd pull up on purpose to events with Jay, yeah, and he would turn around and go, "Oh yeah, to Jay, yeah, you can get in, but your mate's gotta pay." Like, he didn't know who I was. He well knows my name, he well knows who I am, but you're treating me like I'm a dickhead. Right? So these things have been going on. The forum used to go in on the Gab lot. I mean, like, fully go in on them. And we've been in the fucking comments defending these man from the beginning of this shit. And we're still doing it now. What
Talk
the
your
fuck?
shit, P.
This don't make no sense to me. This is part of the reason why fucking No Loose Chat was created in the first fucking place. Because there was nowhere for us. You understand? We didn't have nothing. There was nowhere for us. There was nowhere for these men to come and feel comfortable. You understand? That's not a slight on PB. You get me? Because we've always been cool with them. It's never been a problem. Even when we weren't No Loose Chat, we were still cool with Shotty and Briggs and everybody else. We were pulling up to events same way. Do you get what I'm saying? But the fact that we didn't have nothing and Don't Flop was the biggest thing, and then that crashed, and then there's PB, and then there was that other one that Shocks did for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Danny Jack had his thing, but there was nothing for us because it was like no one weren't booking none of these lots to battle or nothing. So we actively come together, me, Snoop and Tally, right? We need to, this is the thing, this is the play. We work with battle rappers, bring new ones in, develop them, work with them, nurture them. You get me? Make sure everyone feels like they've got a home. Everyone feels like they're welcome. Everyone from outside of No Loose Chat feels like they are welcome to come at any time. To battle over here, to watch battles, whatever. No one there can't be one person anywhere that's been to a No Loose Chat event since we've been having them that can say they felt unwelcome in that building.
Facts.
No one can say
facts.
That's just the realness of it. I'm tired of still having to talk about this shit in 2021 with a bunch of people who full well know that without us, you wouldn't have this. This is our thing. You're guessing thing. We welcomed you because we are welcoming. We're not saying it's just for us. We're saying it is ours, and you are more than welcome to be a part of it as part of the family. You understand? No one's excluded. Don't ever fucking come in and feel like you're about to exclude somebody, because we can't have that. You're gonna be a dickhead. See your way out. Don't let us have to remove you, because that's when it gets messy.
Let me bring in this comment at the same time. If there's one thing Leeds can do to stamp this out, they could be keeping an eye on forum discussions and see who's trying to deny that racist things are racist, or who's trying to downplay racism. I'm sure if it's something that came to the attention, and as soon as things, as soon as things came to the attention of Premier Battles, I can say it was immediately, like literally immediately, I'm getting DMs, I'm getting questions, and I'm seeing on public immediate responses from Premier Battles, from Shotty, like Briggsy, like he said, he's just come back from work. I saw you all week saying I'm enjoying coming back to the timeline and seeing the back and forth that's going on. But like, I'm seeing immediate public responses. I don't think it's their responsibility to necessarily to go looking for this, but I do know that No Loose Chat, that's already a given, and Premier Battles, they shut this shit down immediately as they see it.
I would say it's not our responsibility, but we do keep an eye on that shit, because I know you don't always see me comment or say things in the forums. I'm actively seeing what's going on. You get what I'm saying? I know what's going on. People can't come to me with new news. I've seen it. Trust me, I'm up on what's going on. But it shouldn't still be going on. Like, Canal knows. He knows that when he posted that, exactly what he was doing. He knew that was a dickhead move. Because I can reference back to when we was promoting Error versus Error. He posted in the group moaning that he is sick of seeing all this Error versus Error shit because he can't promote, Don't Flop can't promote nil. So you're already at the pram because we're promoting our event. All the media is covering our event, And even America, they're all covering our event.
Yeah.
Exactly, Scoop. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Man did what?
They're all covering our event, yeah.
Oh,
And because of that, and because PB is promoting us, we're promoting PB. Like they're seeing, well, what the fuck? We haven't been able to promote Neil. We've got the biggest card this year, which by the way is a fucking lie because we had the biggest card this year. Fuck that.
Neil versus Era, 2-day event,
Out of here.
battle
We had a
shut
2-day
down,
event. No
classic.
disrespect, Briggsy. You know I love
Best
PB.
Tony D,
but-
best Yinan,
but
like come
So
on,
far
Tojitsu,
this
D-Max,
year, no one's
Surfer,
fucking with Error versus
YD.
Error.
Come
I'm
on,
saying it with chest.
come on.
So don't flop, don't come with that. You had the best card this year. Your
You
card was
haven't,
shit,
not
fam.
even
I'm
close,
saying it with
not
chest.
even close,
Done.
not even close.
And this
Come
is
on.
the thing
Your card
again.
was whacker than whack. But even still, like my man was hyping up about that. So if you're hyping up about that, saying we can't promote our event because everyone's talking about their event, and then today you go and post that bullshit.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? You know what man says to
What he
that?
was doing?
Just on that note of we can't promote Don't Flop. Don't Flop had plenty promotion when Gab was in the back burner anyway. So
Plenty,
I guess you get to see how it feels, innit? For
right?
one event,
Damn.
that's it. For one event that you
Mm.
couldn't get to promote it like that. So I guess you get to see how it feels for us.
But and
Exactly.
also my lack of support is completely intentional. I don't support Don't Flop, completely intentional. I don't even say those words on my channel, completely intentionally, because of the vibe that comes away for like I support.
Yeah,
I'm
we gotta
very
speak on
loud and
Lord
very
Voldemort.
vocal about my support and where and why. Like things I don't support, there's a reason. There's a fucking reason.
Again, though, it's how you
Trust.
enter a
Oh, go on.
conversation. Just quickly, like if you don't feel like you're getting coverage, then speak to the people that can give you coverage and get the coverage. Don't go and make a post that seems bitter about it. Just ask
and
for
no
an
one's hit me up for an
invitation.
interview,
Like,
so
you know
no
what I
one's
mean?
hit me up for
Right.
an interview. So, and that's the thing. Me personally, I try to make it not so much about me and support UK battle rap as a whole. There's fans that like Don't Flop. Alright, cool. Then White Cap will cover Don't Flop. That's fine. Only because those fans. It's not because of my relation. I don't have a relationship with Don't Flop like that. I barely know
Oh, I thought I saw a
them
post
and
from you,
they.
which is why I
You know what I'm
haven't
saying?
gone back to look at your message, like, because I thought I saw a response from you. Sorry if I'm wrong about that. I'm gonna check it, but I've got a screen recording of everybody who reacted to that, so but I'm sure I saw your reaction to that, which is why I didn't go and look at your DM because I was feeling some type of way about you. So if I'm wrong about that, then my bad. Saying you just want to say from a personal perspective, he's on a kick. So, but yeah,
Someone's posting porno.
Mad.
Huh?
Someone's
Where?
posting porno in the comments.
Yeah, the spam. I say your
Is it
channel
being
always
spammed?
gets attacked again, you know.
Not again.
No, but it's all right though. It's all right. It's gone now, I think.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
mind
if you get the
porno.
porno
Like,
people, then your chat's popping. Like
I don't mind porno.
looking
It's
for
what
Yeah,
it is.
for real.
Yeah.
Bless
No,
you.
before it was racism. Before
Yeah,
it was
we had-
racism. When I got that
Oh, okay.
spamming attack, it was like
And it
100
was like-
people coming and spamming nigga. Who's that nigga behind you and shit? It was crazy. It was
What?
crazy.
I
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
That was on
for
roast. Me and Rivers,
hundreds of
like,
comments as well. No one could
literally,
even comment. It was
I
crazy.
couldn't keep blocking them enough. I got a racist raid where they just came in and spammed racism. Who's the nigga behind you? Watch out! Don't let the nigga get you. Nigga. You fucking
Your thing
niggas. Nigga.
popping. That's why, fam. You get me. Your thing popping, bro.
Is this what
YouTube's
happens when
about
you're
to shut
popping,
this
yeah?
down 'cause I've said nigga
Yeah.
so many times.
I want to be irrelevant then.
Yeah. Trubs,
Yeah.
how are you feeling? Media battler, someone who's been in the scene for a long time.
Do you know what?
Black man.
Funny enough, again, when something similar happened last year, and I was one of the most vocal around on this, a lot of people know exactly where I stand. I don't really. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the post, I actually forgot that I could delete stuff. To be fair, I started reading the comments, and I was just intrigued. And I wanted to see who else comments. If I'm honest, I wanted to see because that's I always, even last time, to me it wasn't so much what happened. Because to me, I'm more okay. A lot of people like education here, and that's fine. I always go by when we tell you that what you done was wrong. What's your reaction after that?
I've heard you say that
And
several times,
to
Trubs.
me, that's the most important thing throughout the whole thing. Because again, like Bam said, I don't think Canel is a core racist, but I do think he hangs these type of jokes probably is on his day-to-day circle, maybe family. I don't know. I don't think he has people that can tell him on his day-to-day basis that these kind of jokes don't run. Because and we can
Nothing
look at
funny
the
though.
post
It's not a
instantly,
joke.
see what's wrong with it, but they look at that post and find something funny. So clearly, this is something that on your day-to-day basis is a common joke. You do this every day. Maybe even not from you. Maybe it's embedded in from your family. From you come. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people like that. And I think people like that, they need educating more than anything. So I like when these things happen because we can use this to educate them and actually make them learn and or whatever. So but that's why when these things happen and then I say that was wrong and is offensive, and you tell me no, it's not, I'm sensitive, then that's when I have a problem now, because now you refusing to learn. Because I'm giving you the opportunity to learn, and you're refusing to learn, and you think you know what racism is better than I do, as if you live the life I live. You don't. You don't. So you don't know what it's like. So don't tell me what race is. And that's why when I saw the post, I like to see people's reactions. I like to see the comments. So I waited a little bit and let's carry it on. See, maybe I'm actually glad the post stayed there the 2 hours. Personally.
Yeah, because a lot of people got drawn out on that post.
I want to see who's who. I want to see who comments. And it's funny because I saw a lot of people who just put shocking faces and they didn't know if they were allowed to laugh or if they were allowed to. Is this safe or not? So they were proper just on the edge waiting. I could tell they were waiting. And then someone puts laughing emojis and they were liking the laughing emojis. I was proper analyzing the whole thing. Someone puts laughing emojis, and the people that puts the shock face were liking the emojis, but they still don't know whether if it's safe to laugh with them or is this going to be an uproar, and then I'm going to be seen like I went along with it. So
that says so
crazy.
much about the climate, though. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's so many levels to the fucking nasty, dutty onion. Like, it says so much about the climate. No, it's true though. Like the climate where that could stay up for 2 hours, and like. I'm emotional, I'm a reactionary. Maybe I should have just let it stay up a little bit longer and just see who pulled out of the woodwork.
I'll be honest as well. I don't blame the person who approved the post, so to speak, because
I do. Fuck
I
you.
do.
And the
I
horse
do.
you rode in.
Fuck you. I do. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. Because I got made admin of that. When I got made admin of that forum, Excel made me admin. I said I specifically only want to be streaming in there. I don't want to know the rules of that. I don't want to be approving posts. No,
but you didn't approve it though.
Excel,
you didn't
of course
approve
not.
it.
Of course
Someone
not.
looked at that, and like the
course
thing is,
not.
it's not like there's some racism hitting at the bottom of the post. It's a big ass racist picture that you have to look at.
What I'm saying is,
sorry.
Usually what we do, eventually I just started approving posts. So usually what we do, if I see, for example, London Gen posts on the thing, I don't look at what you posted. I just approve it. Do you know what I'm saying? So because it came from Canel, they probably thought this is an established battler. Let me just approve it. So I'm just saying, because it didn't come from a fan, it's easy to do that. Because I'm not gonna lie, if I see Rivers posting in there, obviously he ain't been in there for time. But if I was to see Rivers posting in there, I'm not even looking at what he's posting. I just approve it. If I'm seeing Jen posting in there, I don't look at what you post, I just approve it. So I'm saying that's easy to do.
Do you get because if you get any sort of notifications, you will have seen there were things like people posting things like "take this down." Not gonna lie, this
no, exactly. Like, after posting it, then it should have been on it. It should have been on it. Obviously, I can see who posted it. I don't want to hot man up. He actually said that I approved it. I approved it by accident. I didn't even look at it. I just saw Canel posted it. I just approved, and I'm like, okay, cool. Because you know what? If one day someone I know does something crazy and I didn't look at it, because I don't look at a bunch of posts that I approve, If iKid was to post something in there, I don't. But if I see Premier Battles post on there, I just approve, because I always think you lot of media, you lot involved with this thing, you lot just promoting anyway, whatever, innit? I don't even look at the post until they post it. So obviously he probably should have been more responsible, because that's not an excuse. He should be more responsible, because if you're in charge of that role, even me, if I'm in charge of that role of approving posts, then I need to know what I'm approving. I can't be approving bullshit. You get me? So it's his fault. Get it twisted, but he made a mistake. Cool. He said he didn't see it. I can't fault him for that, for something he didn't see. I can only take his word, innit? Cool, fine. Now, like I said, I'm glad he was there for 2 hours still. I'm glad he was there for 2 hours. I wish he was there for longer still, because I wanted to see even more, if I'm honest. But I've been vocal on this for too long. Everyone knows me. I've been vocal on this. I spoke on the previous division that we used to have, even media wise, that's not even point of me repeating myself. In terms of UK battle rap, I just try and cover because that's the thing as well. Like me not messing. If Frost, for example, is battling on Don't Flop, and I like Frost, so I'm gonna cover his battle. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't wanna start putting on this. I'm not covering this. I don't want to cover that. I want to. Obviously, everyone knows
No, I
that
don't fuck with
my
that shit.
thing. I try to remove myself from it, but everyone knows that my thing is always NLC and PB are always the leagues that I fuck with the most. I'm open about it. I don't I say that out loud, but in terms of the channel supporting, I just try and support as much as UK battle rap as possible, to be honest.
Frost knows I support him. Frankie knows I support him. The battlers over there now support them. They also know I don't support Don't Flop. So
and you entitled to that. It's your platform. You're entitled to do that. I just try to remove myself from it. That's all. That's just me.
I'm going to highlight this comment from Linda, and then I'm going to move on to you now. We have to, as a society, stop separating being racist from doing something or saying something that is racist. I don't care if you're a racist. That doesn't affect me. Doing racist shit affects me. This is exactly it. I don't care whether Quill is a Canel. Bad mistake there. I don't care whether Canel is a racist. That is objectively racist. Objectively. And then doing it and tying it to what's going on now is even more racist and divisive, and it looks intentional. So that's exactly it.
And by the way, one of the brothers on the things talking about, why is there only a uproar when there's racist comments? But when people talk about white people, no one says nothing. I didn't see anyone being racist towards white people. But if that's the case, again, out them and we treat it the same way, and it's not. But I just don't like that you're pointing this out while this problem comes up. It sounds like you're deflecting.
This is not time for whataboutery. Like, this is not this. This is not that. Like, with that. Like, come on. This is about a specific.
What do they say? If a house is on fire, you're not gonna go and put out the fire of the whole fucking block. You just try and calm out the fire of that specific house that's on fire in it. So address the issue at hand.
Big facts, Trubs. Yunan, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a shame that this shit has gone down, innit? But you know, it makes me sad. I can't lie. It stunts the progression of the scene and all that, I think, and it just makes me feel like we're stuck in the fucking Stone Age or something.
But I mean, do you feel like that? Do you feel that, like, look, you just went and battled on era versus era, like you just. You know, you just went to the blacks side, you know, you just went over there. If it's blacks versus white, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you picked the wrong side. What's going on? Are you a race traitor?
We're saying, like, did you get rushed over there? Did you get rushed?
like you can't, like, you of all people, like, you can't allow, like, or not, I can't tell you what to do, but I just feel like the reality is so far from that post, so far from this one person who did this one, and not say it's just one person, because, you know, but what is going on, is so far from that, and you are involved in what's going on. Like, you just went and battled on Era versus Era. You just battled in a Nodi's chat room. Like, your Prem's champ, who just went over to Nodi's chat, had a great battle. Like, I just feel like you of all people know that that is some bullshit.
Let's put one thing on the fucking table.
He's been here forever as well. Yunan, you've been here since like close enough to the start, so you should have a good view of how this is all played out over the years as well.
Let's make one thing clear, yeah. If you look at No Loose Chat like the Black League, you're a fucking racist, bro. I did not think, oh, I've got to go and battle on the Black League. You get me? That's disgusting to even think like that, bro. I just saw it like, if anything, it's the slightly more street league. That's how I see it. It's just like guys will rap about, you know, thugged out shit over there. It's not the Black League. Do you know what I mean? There could be white guys rapping about shit like that. It's not. It's not a thing. It's not.
The London League.
You know, there's a few things I could say about it. One being, the first thing is, how the fuck is man talking like you can't promote your event because people are posting flyers for another event? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, so if Rowan posts a fucking flyer, that means No Loose Chat can't then post a flyer too. What the fuck are you even talking about anyway? And for that bitterness there to drive you to write something racist says a lot about you as a character and not just as a fucking battle rapper, does it? Do you know what I mean? It's because if you have a fight with a black dude, if a black guy knocked me out, I wouldn't want to get up and say something racist to him. Do you get what I'm saying? That doesn't even factor. It doesn't even.
It's just his fist. Yeah.
It doesn't even factor into anything. You know. And how is a man that's smart enough to write double entendres not smart enough to know that would deeply fucking hurt people's feelings?
Talk, Yunan. Fucking talk. Let me bring it back up again. This is apologies if this is triggering.
That was a haymaker there, Yunan.
Don DeMarco.
Talk. Let's just carry on talking, Yunan.
You know, I just hate it, man. I just hate that how and then his like measly fucking apology as well, like writing ting and like kind of like trying to mock it like it's not a deep thing. Like, look, man, that flyer might have got made 5 years ago, yeah, but that doesn't make it any less bad. Slavery happened way back when. Does that make it any less fucking bad? Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know, can I say something quickly? You see,
I'm gonna be in the comments listening. Yeah,
you see, since we're on the topic, right? You see, racism in itself, right, highlights major ignorance, and I'll tell you what I mean by that, right? You see, one thing I've obviously people need to understand is this: there aren't certain things that make you black or white. Who you are is who you are, right? So, for example, I know white guys who are more hood than some black guys I know. Tenfold. Yeah? Tenfold. Yeah? And I know black guys who ride skateboards and what you might consider them a nerd, so that doesn't make them any less black. They're black guys.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like, people need to stop pushing this narrative that you have to behave a certain way to be associated with ethnicity. And I think, like, what kind of tapped, warped thinking do you have? Is that kind of thinking that keeps people in a box? It don't make no sense to me. I'm not going to look at a dumb as black because he doesn't do the same thing.
Scoop, that this is not like you say. We can say what kind of taps and warts mentality these people have, but let's not paint over the fact that this kind of shit is not. They don't just think like this. This is learned behavior. This is learned thinking. This stems from before them. You understand?
Yeah, you're right.
It triggers. It's filtered down. So no matter what, we're always gonna have to deal with this shit, and this conversation is always going to have to be had. And I'm telling you that because I've always had to have this conversation. I'm older than everyone on this stream.
You still are a couple months. You still are by a few months. P.
All right, rub that salt in, sister. You get it. But still, no. My point is that I've been through this a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm a rapper in the music industry. Do you know how fucking hard that shit is? I've got 2 slights against me. I'm black and a female and a rapper. 3. I weren't a singer. I weren't prepared to do prissy shit and makeup and fucking half naked and all that. I had fucking labels wanting to sign me and turned them down because I didn't want to sign certain clauses to change myself and do shit that they want light-skinned girls to do. I'm not prepared to do that, but they'll find a light-skinned girl that's prepared to do that. So I've already been pushed out, fucking made a mockery of, oh, she's shitter than this one, because like this is never going to stop.
Yeah.
But the only thing we can do is just keep having these conversations, because more and more and more ignorant people, hopefully, will find the education in it.
Yeah. And one other thing, I think it stems from what Bam was saying earlier, right? You see, like growth within people, like you have to analyze the people within your scene and the people you're around, right? Like, for example, battle rap is always going to be full of bravado. That's just the premise of battle rap. Do you know what I'm saying? People are going to have arguments. People are going to say, oh, you're shit, you're this and that, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we all love this, what we call sport, whatever. We love it. Yeah? So we shouldn't be trying to destroy it, so to say. For example, me and you and have had words over the years, but it's never a thing of, when I see you now, I'm going to kill him. Yeah. What for, bruv? This is rap. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what for? This is rap.
What would be your maniac, innit? You get me?
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to chat shit to you online. Hell yeah. But it's not a thing of when I see you. It's not because, bro, I'm going to be real with you, yeah? Because a lot of us have been here for years now, yeah? We're too grown for that.
Too grown.
We're adults, bro. Like, we're way too grown for this shit. Now, at some point in your life, you got to grow up. Yeah, at some point in your life, you got to grow up and realize that if rap is making you fight people, it is not for you, bro. Yeah? If rap is making you fight people, you don't need to be rapping. Yeah? It's not for you, bro.
I'm hiding my face.
No, but me and you have had bad conversations. Yeah? Me and you have had bad conversations. You wear your heart on your sleeve, straight up. I like D-Mac because D-Mac will say something to you online, but say it to your face. You get what I'm saying? I like that kind of energy. You get what I'm saying? I like that kind of energy. Straight. It's like, suck your mum. When I see you, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, no, I can't lie. I like Smokey D-Mac still. I was vexed with you. I was vexed with you at my event, and I still want my Henny, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I brushed it off like, all right, D-Mac, you can get a blind because I like you. You get me?
But it's growth. It's growth. For example, you've been in the game for years. Yeah? You've had your many argument with how many other people, but you're the first testament to say I'm not the same person I am now as when I stepped in.
100%, bro. I'm 30 years old. You know what I mean? There's no way I could be out here being a fucking muppet still, and you know. I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes you mature over the years. You're gonna mature, and you're gonna be like, you know what? You have to ask yourself this. Do I love what I'm doing? Yes. Do I want to be the dickhead that's ruining it? No.
Yeah.
See, but I feel like this is a little bit deeper than just like, part of it is dickheads that are ruining it, and part of it is, like you say, this is not something new. This is something, like Paris said, this is not going to go away. I saw Wiretap say we're going to be talking about this in a year, and I think the fact that we are talking about it, the fact that there is a varied panel here of people, like the fact that it's a public conversation. The fact that the people who are at the forefront of this are saying, yeah, you see this? It's not going to run. It's not going to be some little thing that you can do in the corners. The minute it comes, I feel like all of those things are progression, like, or not just progression, but it's just all necessary. It's just all necessary. Like, and this is not some niche little battle rap thing. Like, racism is not niche and specific.
It's bigger than battle rap, isn't it? It's bigger than battle rap.
Must be, yeah, of course.
That's it. So this is something that, you know, just goes on in everyday society. So of course it's going to be present in battle rap. But the thing is, and I think, I don't know, I'm here to learn about experiences where I wasn't here, but I just feel like the people who are at the forefront of it right now are on, you know, we're talking about this unity moves. They all fuck with each other. They all, you know, they're doing businesses. Like, these are businesses as well. Like, these are businesses.
And we fuck with each other heavy as well. That's what's mad. Like Like
That's
when
it.
we have like regular fucking phone conversations. Me, Briggs here, fucking Stro, Tanis, we're on the phone with each other on FaceTime like regular,
All the
fam. Like,
time.
it's always love. I don't get why people have got this thing. This is why we didn't want it to be No Loose Chat versus PB, because it made it look divisive. But then, like Briggsy said, we had a conversation like, no, fuck it, let's make it entertaining for the fans, man. This is going to be fire. You get me?
Everyone was
Do you
on board. It wasn't divisive until
But
a
you know why?
fucking
But you know why?
outsider
Do you know
came
why?
in to
Do you know why though?
derail.
Do you know why
It
though?
wasn't divisive.
But we
I'll tell you
knew
straight
that
up.
there were certain fans. We knew between us and PB, we knew there's certain pockets of fans that immediately will go on the divide and be like,
Show
yeah,
yourself.
fuck No Loose Chat, and yeah, fuck PB. You get me? We didn't want that, because that's not what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve something that's we're helping each other. Well,
Thing is, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
It's for the scene. It's not for us as people, as individuals. We're doing it for everyone. You
Of course.
For real.
Yo,
Hey,
you know, can I say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You know, all right. You see, when people can't be involved in what you may perceive to be greatness or growth or build, you'll find that they will try to destroy. Yeah. Nobody that's sitting on this panel now is trying to destroy anything, because you're trying to be part of it.
Yeah.
That's what people fail to understand. So, for example, yeah, you guys are all doing your thing. There are some people who their egos are so inflated that if they're not involved, they will try to sabotage. Yeah, I can go to an event. I am who I am. I don't need to battle, and I will still support the event. I will still buy the pay-per-view because the scene is bigger than who I am. I'm just a part of the scene. Yeah, I'm just a part of the scene. I will buy the pay-per-views. I will subscribe. I will go to events. I will cheer and make noise like everybody else. Yeah, but some people, their egos are so inflated that it's like, raw, what? No one started putting on big cards yet. I am a chat shit, because that's all they can do. They don't have anything else left to do.
Yeah.
Remember, people that can't get involved in stuff most of the you see the bitter behavior in people when they can't be involved. Yeah, you will see people's bitter behavior when they're, especially a lot of people who, for example, who in the past were the names or were the people that were being called, or were this and that. When they look at certain people now and think, why is he getting big? Why is this happening? They hate to see that events are going on and that people are thriving. Yeah? When error versus error drop, don't ever get it twisted. Do you think I wasn't seeing certain people talk rubbish and certain man this and that? And because I didn't want to put a dampen the spirit, I didn't say anything. I just bought the pay-per-view. I watched.
You don't have to choose.
But I'm always mindful of the fact that when people can't get involved in anything that's perceived to be good, they will try to sabotage it by either speaking rubbish into it or speaking. Because remember, words are powerful. We know that we're battle rappers. Do you know what I'm saying? But we know that words are powerful. We're battle rappers, so we know that we know there's power in life in the tongue. So if a man can't get involved, or a man, certain people are just salty, and you see their saltiness now because they want to see that divisiveness. They don't want to see people thrive. They want to see. Think about it, right? They're looking at it like, raw. You man shouldn't be over there, you know. They're looking at it like, you man shouldn't be over there, you know. Why is you not over there?
Get over there. Until I get over there.
Why is you not over there? They're looking at it like, why is you not at D-Max in the same place?
They were saying that. They're not thinking that. They were saying that. They were saying when we announced Yunnan versus Crash, that was the talk. Why is Yunnan battling over there? Why is Yunnan over there? Why is Yunnan even on that card? That was the talk, fam. That was the talk. Exactly. We knew exactly what that matchup was going to do. We knew what it was going to do. But it was already set up. That matchup was set up from way before we even thought of that card.
Wait, I just want to go on record and say, I fucking I battled over there because that's my fucking people. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that. And any kind of narrative that got driven because of that can suck my dick for real. Like I don't give a fuck about none of that, right? And I want to make a couple of points. Wait, firstly, right, it's zero tolerance on any of that. Let's just let people expose themselves, and as soon as you do, you're gone, right? Secondly, right? If you got on a post and you feel a type of way, you want to talk spicy, you're allowed to say fuck Premier Battles. You're allowed to say fuck No Loose Chat, but you're not allowed to post racist shit. I don't give a fuck. It don't matter how you feel. If you say something racist, you're gone, and that's it. You're done. You're cancelled. 100% done.
Cancelled.
And you know, I don't know if me being champ or like at a top position in battle rap means anything, but I'm saying it, and I will personally tweet you, personally put it on my Facebook, and personally out you as a fucking racist, and you're fucking gone, bro. That is it.
I'll
That's
retweet
it.
that. I'm gonna retweet that as well.
That's it. That's it. You know, we can't. What the fuck am I talking about? Why am I battling over there? Because they booked me to do a fucking battle. That's it. That's the only reason that I'm over there. Because they booked me to do a fucking battle, innit?
We fuck with each other heavy. Like, there's nobody that we don't really fuck with. Like, come on, be real about this.
Even that's a question.
Right.
Like, No Loose Chat are a battle rap league in the UK.
Yeah.
Yunnan is a battler here. Why would it be a question that Yunnan is being booked on a card where, you know, Tony D is there, Rivers is there, Soul Jitsu is there? Like, why is it a question? Why Yunnan is the question? Why are you asking about Yunnan? The fact that you're asking, why is Yunnan on that card? Why is that white boy on there? That's what you're saying.
That's what they're asking, isn't it?
That's what you're saying.
White boy battling on the black league for, innit? That's what people are saying.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like you're telling on yourselves. You're telling on yourselves.
Do you know what I love about battle rap? Yeah, the one thing I do say from the jump, yeah, man can turn around and say to people, yeah, I got brethren in Manchester. I got people in Manchester I'm cool with, because it actually brings people together. Like, people are really weird. They don't look at it like, bro, I'm from South Norwood, South London. Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Like, you big up, bro. I know you're from around the place, bro. Yeah. Like, for example, unless I got family, I got no reason to know people in other cities a lot of the time. Yeah? But battle rap has helped that tenfold. I can go to Manchester now. Me and Bobby have become very good friends from the minute we met each other. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, people fail to understand that it brings people together. Do you know how much bands man's had that when we did North versus South and all them events there? And the kind of bands you have with, man, because it's just camaraderie, it's jokes. It's jokes
because unity is a beautiful thing, bro. Unity is a beautiful thing, innit? Because why wouldn't it be? You get me? Why would driving a stake in the middle of a scene be a good thing fucking anyway? Do you know what I'm saying? It's, come on, man. We go to events, we vibe, we chop it up because we all love each other, man. We're all battle rappers and hard-headed fucking beasts and shit like that, but we love each other. Let's keep it real. Like, we love what we fucking do. So anyone, like I say, man, I just think like we push a zero tolerance policy for anything like that. Anything. One word, one out of context image, any fucking thing, you are done out here. You're done. I don't care if you're top tier and you've done 1 million battles. You're done out here.
You're done. You're done.
There's one thing I want to jump in on quickly. Someone in the chat was saying, like, does this apply to DMAC? And I don't want to be here defending DMAC. DMAC can speak for himself.
No, I can defend myself.
Yeah, exactly. But there's one issue that the biggest thing about this scenario to me is, like, I believe that there should be no censorship in a battle, because the censorship in a battle, you can say whatever you want to someone in a battle. They want, if someone wants to go and punch DMAC in the face afterwards, then they can go and attempt and do that. Like, that's their free will. That's their level of censorship that they're allowed to. If you censor certain things out of the battle, then you'll never see, like, or have a chance to challenge someone and say, hey, you see when you said that thing that came across as racist, did you mean that, or was it for the sake of causing offense within the art form? The second you take it outside of an actual battle, go online and start putting malicious intent into what you're saying, that's when you expose who your character is outside as a real person. Because when you're battling, you're meant to be causing offense, and if someone takes such an offense that they want to talk to you about it afterwards, then they're free to do that.
Obviously, because man's still in this season about it now, innit? So it is what it is, isn't it? Obviously, it was offensive. It's a battle, innit? Like, I wouldn't say these things outside of a battle. I won't go out my way and say, oh, you know what I mean? This is the difference between what you're trying to imply.
Yeah, and
yeah, I love that. Yeah, Bam said attempt.
Hey, like, you're free to do it. It might not work out, but at least you tried. You know what I mean? Like, but the only other thing I want to throw in is, this is something that I know Briggs, like, what you were saying earlier, Scoop, about egos, is it doesn't just happen between different leagues. It's something that we've had to, like, when Don't Flop was in its actual like glory days, whatever you want to call it, we had to argue with battlers to promote their own battles, promote someone else's battle. Like, the beauty of the grime scene now is you had all these people that were clashing, doing whatever. You had all these different crews that came up, but they came up together at the end of the day. And now you've got Skepta and people like that in positions where they never have to worry about life again because of that success that comes with working together. Like, you can be competitive and you can go against each other, like, for the publicity, but you still need to be part of the scene enough that you can let go of your ego and say, yo, I fuck with this battle, I'm posting it because I think it's dope. And even if you think it's shit, sometimes you just post it because you need to be promoting the scene as a unity. You need to have that going. And it's something that egos have ruined for so long in battle rap because people just can't even do that. Even people on the same card. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, promote the next man. Say, I'm looking forward to seeing this guy battle for whatever reason and stuff, but they can't bring themselves
Guess what? You see, if you can't be comfortable in your own skin, you're never going to be comfortable bigging anybody up. I'll tell you that for now. If you're not comfortable in your own skin,
because there's nothing wrong with giving someone their fucking flowers, bro, innit? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
You see, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, you see me? I embrace me. I know my flaws. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. I know my flaws. I have no qualms in. Anyone in the battle scene will tell you. I will come up to you and tell you straight. That's fire. Or this and that. For example, outside of this thing, I do poetry. Cool. Outside of this thing, other
hold on, let me just interrupt this a sec. Hold on, young Lambrino. Hold on, young Lambrino. Are you a white? You're Benny P. Yeah. So you are a white boy trying to come and interrupt this thing, saying D-Mac said a
no. This is the type of people I attract in it. These people.
Hold on. Let me just point out the optics of this. Let me just point out the optics of this. Yeah, you've got a white boy saying, "Hold on, what about the black boy who said the thing about the other brown man?" Right in the battle, like we're talking about a whole scene. You've got Bam, who you've got Scoop, you've got Trubs, like you've got people who are in the scene and who experience deep racism against the whole scene. And the Pakistani man would be a part of that as well, I'm sure. But you had a whole scene, like you have people here who are saying, me being black in this scene was a big problem for my whole career, for all of us. Like it was a thing, it was an actual thing. And you, the white man, are here, but yeah, but see that one guy there, yeah, he said one thing about a Pakistani man in a battle. Stop it, fucking stop it, yeah.
We can all play tit for tat, you know. People have said millions of things in battle rap that we're not going to go into.
This is not about one specific thing. Like Bam has already cleared that up, like, and made a very, very good point about, you know, attacking someone. What is the art form? What is battle, and can be dealt with. Can be dealt with in the battle. Like there are consequences for what you say in battle. This is not that. This is not that. So, like,
you can say what you like, but just know you can say what you like, but just ready to hold a slap hot corner of people after it, innit?
Facts.
You're a person, innit? Yeah, man.
Facts.
Like anybody can put hands on me if they wanted to. You get me? But you can't. That's the whole.
Yeah, man.
Right.
But like I said, just be comfortable in your own skin, man. It's like it takes nothing to say to somebody, bro. Let me tell you something. Bigging somebody up is free. It's free. It's absolutely free. You don't have any qualms in telling somebody, yo, bro, you can rap, you know. I've always said I think you know as a sick rapper. I'm not even talking battle rap. I'm talking actual rap because I've heard him rap inside and shit.
I said that.
Yeah. I've got no qualms to turn around and say, you know, correct. You can, for example, I'll turn around and say, you know, we'll rap circles around me. You think I have any qualms in telling a man that? I will say that for the camera because that's a fact. I don't have no fucking qualms in that. It's a fact I ain't jumping in on cypher after him. So it's one of those things where like some man really their egos are so inflated. It's like I don't want to look like the lesser person, bro. Relax.
Yeah, for real.
Relax, bro. Relax.
And there's certain guys I feel like that. Like there's certain guys I feel like are levels above me, and like you know, again, obviously skin color doesn't even fucking factor into that. You're either good at something or you're not good at something.
You're not.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just.
I feel like I want to give Briggs some. Briggs, I feel like I need to send you a bowl of soup, fam.
There's a comment here. Briggs get some Lemsip, mate. And I feel like this is fucked up. This is the kind of fucked up thing.
I need to send you some sausage soup.
This is the kind of fucked up thing.
Like green banana in your system, fam.
Yeah, this is like it's like this is a black voices need to be heard thing. This is a you know this is unity thing, but this is an experience that people have gone through. This is something, this is deeply offensive to black people. Black people need to speak. Premier Battles, Briggsy, Stroke, like these guys, I feel like not only are they not with this, but as a brand, I feel like there's an obligate, like they feel like Briggsy, I feel like almost what he wants to be here, but he almost feels obliged to be here as a brand to say, I don't fuck with this, no matter how much he wants to die right now, no matter how much he wants to go back to bed and just like, oh, can't I just look at shotty memes for the rest of the night? Like, like this is what this is doing. Like, but the thing is, like Paris is here wanting to send Briggsy soup. Like the people who are concerned about divisiveness and shit, like it's just not there. It's just not there. But it's like Briggsy.
It's not even as a Premier Battles thing. Like, the easy thing for us to do is just go silent for 2 days, but that's not who we are as people anyway. Like, at the end of the day, get in front of it. It's the only way we deal with it as a fucking as a community, I suppose the word is. But what's mad for me is, obviously, I don't want to dampen the stream, but obviously, Exhale's funeral's on Thursday, and his wife has asked me to do a speech about the community and battle rap at the funeral. So literally, as I write that, I fall asleep and wake up to all this. So I might have to rewrite that speech now. But obviously, for someone like him, who we all know and love, like this is what he was a part of, and he loved it more than anything. To see it going like this as well, it's fucking mad. But like I say, it's such a small percentage of what this scene is. Like, you know, just going back to what Exhale was when he passed away, the scene raised $5,000 to pay the funeral for his wife. Like, these 98% of people in this community fucking want everyone to do well and win. And I feel like since COVID, the scene's gone 10 times better. Like everyone actually wants everyone to win. Like all the shit on the timeline at the minute, PB, no lose chat. Yeah, we might be going back and forward, but that's to sell an event at the same time.
It's healthy, isn't it?
It's rants at the end of the day. You haven't seen no disrespectful shit. No one's seen nothing disrespectful between any of us. It's bants.
Yeah.
Shot. He's not telling Tally to suck his dick, is he? Do you know what I mean? It's love, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's
mate. Well, the thing is, Shotty put his diss track out last night, and that was literally because we was in a WhatsApp chat with Snoop, and he just kept writing 1-0 all day.
I'm done.
And,
done.
This is sort of the conversation that's going on, and it's not even about this event. It's everything as a scene as a whole. But like the way it's all going at the minute, obviously, Bam, we was involved in Don't Flop, and I don't even want to sit here and talk shit about Don't Flop because that's not what the stream's about. But it was so divided at the time. Anyway, I've never booked a battle rapper because of his skin color. Like, if you're good, you're good. If you're shit, you're shit. Same time, like, if I booked, obviously, you, Nan, D-Mac, I've booked you in the past. When I'm offering you a battle, I'll go, give me 4 or 5 names you're interested in. I don't hit you up and go, oh, I've got this white guy and I want you to battle him.
No, you don't sit there and say, bring me your niggas. No.
I'm so done. That is so fucked.
I want to put on the battles. I want to put on, like, obviously, we did the home. I've not even spoke about this publicly, but we did home invasion card with Rappy's Folk a couple of weeks ago, and we had an inbox off a battle rapper, a promoter, out the blue, messages going, find this card really offensive, rare, needs to be taken down and cancelled, and all this bullshit. And I was like, why? And he's like, because the whole card is white. So obviously, from looking at it from when we booked it, that's not even been a contention of going, is he white? Is he black? But what they don't realise at the same time, Era was the weekend after. Rivers had been contacted. We'd even spoke to Double L. Like, we spoke to so many battle rappers who were booked because you had Era versus Era next in line, and Home Invasion was bang in the middle of both of them weekends. But then one battle rapper who wasn't on the card was in the inbox straight away going, this is a racist card, this needs to be removed. And bear in mind, we've just done Anarchy tournament where it was a complete mix of black, white, Asian, like every race was involved in that. And I feel like that's what Canel's done. He's not involved in this card. How do I throw some water on the fire? Here we go, let's do this. Because don't forget, Don't Flop have announced the birthday weekend 2 weeks after. Is it second week of November?
Fuck knows. No one cares about that league over there.
But not many people knew about that because no one gives a shit.
No one cares.
I really didn't.
Fuck is the event.
You notice how the people that can sit here, who've been here for a long time, can actually sit here now because they don't have any skeletons in the closet. They've not mistreated people. They've carried themselves with integrity. I've never got a bad vibe off Briggsy, ever. And to be honest, Briggsy was always the... For when Raptor used to act like a madman, Briggsy was always the voice of reason. Briggsy was always the voice of reason when it came to certain things. Always carried himself like a professional, plus the same thing. Never got a bad vibe on anyone. You, Bam, same thing. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Bam. Not nobody. Not a single person, because man, them carried themselves with integrity. Obviously, I'm not going to name names, but certain man's name always going to get dragged through the mud because their egos are inflated.
Well, we all want the same thing, man. We're all in this weird little... Let's be honest, we're not professional sports athletes, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of us are like fucking working 9 to 5 to get together on a weekend and fucking shout in people's faces. Like, it's something we all love and do. There's no reason for egos to get out of where we're at either. Like, for me to come in the scene and be like, I'm the promoter, you're getting booked. There's nothing for me that, like, this is something to get everyone out. The only reason I kept this going after Don't Flop was because I loved it as a hobby. That's simply it. Like, I'm not blowing my own horn or anything. I've got a good job. I run 2 other businesses at the side, and it's like, this is my getaway from my kids for the weekend, or I can go see my mates and have a beer with them. And it's just so happens there's hundreds of people in the country that want to do the same thing. So, why
Can I ask a question? Yeah. I say everyone that's obviously sitting there. I've always thought this in my head. It's like a lot of people's obviously elevated egos and the way they acted or were acting or whatever. I've always felt came from the fact that they internalized this battle rap stuff so much that it almost seemed as if to say they didn't have anything else going on. And I feel like when people feel like they got to latch onto something, they're gonna lash out. Because I've met a few people over the years who I'm like, bro, I understand you love this thing, but it seems like you don't have a job or things to do or like life to look after. So you put
this is all you have.
Yeah, so you put so much into this that you started acting like an idiot now.
Sorry.
Yeah, we've all had moments.
There was just something I wanted to say.
Yeah.
If you look at the people on this stream, right? So Briggs and Bam, prime example, yeah. They were part of Don't Flop Golden Age, right? Now, I've never ever said this to Bam yet, but Bam did an event in Brixton on a Thursday night, and the main event fell through. Me and Big J were already booked, but that fell through for whatever reason. Bam hit me up about a week before saying, can you still do this battle, yeah? Bearing in mind, I'm talking about me. Never the best battle rapper ever, but he reached out to me and said, can you do this? It was my first ever main event. You've no idea how much that meant to me at the time because no one was giving me shots or anything. Went and did it, sorted my own travel, sorted all that out. Bam made sure I was looked after the whole night, yeah? Briggs, another one. Don't even need to say anything. This guy's giving me shot after shot after shot when no one would even come close to me. And even then, when my little sister passed away and I came back to the scene, he was like, you're part of PB. I don't know to what capacity, but we're doing this and you're becoming part of it. Yunan, do you remember Leeds?
Of course I do, bro. You're my bro, man. Come on, man.
This is what I'm saying,
I'm sorry, just sorry to interrupt you, but like going to what Scoop said, yo, I was young doing battle rap. So for me, at one point, it was all that I had in it. And that's why it used to make me act that way because I'm like, hold on, I put my entire life into this. But now I work a fucking 9 to 5 and I've got like, bills to pay and shit. It does put things into perspective a bit different and shit, It does. It for real does. But yo, with what Stro was saying, yo, my man used to let me crash in his hotel room, all that, because never booked me no rooms and shit, like that's my guy for real.
How many sleepovers have we had?
Oh, so many. Countless.
You'd stay for days after the event was done. But I was sick. We'd go walk the dogs. You know what I mean? We just live life and there's so many positive moments like that. And it's like what Briggs is saying about meeting up with your friends to have a drink. For me now, even if I don't battle, the beauty of battling and the events and everything is, for me, it's like a family barbecue where I get to see everyone. The only difference is we cook each other instead of the meat. Do you know what I mean? It's one point in time where we get to see each other and just be like, how are you doing? Like, that's what was so good about Nolu's chat, especially after 100%. Such a long extended period when no one got to see anyone because of the pandemic. It was so great to just see everybody's face again in person. Like, do you know what I mean? And shake people's hands and stuff and hug people because these are people that we actually have an eternal love for because of this thing, this weird. We shout at each other. Do you know what I mean? We have this all up and we just shout rhymes at each other. But outside of that, and that's where it comes back to what I'm saying about what you say in a battle is not the same as how you act outside of it. Because the second I battled Briggsy, I battled Yunnan multiple times. Do you know what I mean? But the second I see him, it's all love, because what happened in that battle, like, bro, I hate Briggsy for smoking me in his own city, like, do you know what I mean? Like, in front of all of those people. But that's battle bam, you know what I mean? Like, outside of that, like, we've always had a great like situation. Same with Yunnan and same with like everyone else. Like, and that's what it should be about. Like, so I don't understand why people don't. It's only when you're on the outside, again, when you're the neighbor that can smell all the food and whatever, but no one's saying, "Oh, do you want to come over, mate? We got some spare burgers." Outside? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
what are you saying about this chat versus Premier Battles card? Because you're spitting right now. Like, you've been spitting all night, dropping bars like haymakers.
Hey,
like haymakers. What are you saying, like, Bam? I know you're doing cool shit over where you are.
No,
but
I'm comfortable in like being a fan, because the amount of events and stuff I've been
a part of,
and also like I don't know how people, especially like, you know, Don't Flop, I didn't have as much going on. Now I don't know how people find the time to write a battle, practice it, and go and perform it with an actual life outside. Like, it's such a, I respect it so much more now that I have littler time, because it's like, bro, these people, and a lot of the time they do it for free, or they'll do it for just travel or just to stay. Like, there's so much moments where it's like people put so much into this, and that's ultimately why I want the best for everyone. And that's why it's so nice to be able to kick back and appreciate it, because I spent so long having such a drawn in mentality where, like you're saying, it's like, how are we going to make enough money for the next event, or how are we going to do this, how are we going to do that, or whatever, that it puts a twisted view on how you look at people as well. Like, do you know what I mean? You stop looking at these battlers like respectable MCs. You're like, no, I need you to do this for me, or whatever. And that's why there's so many times where if someone said, look, I can't make it, or whatever, can you help me out with Pete? I'd have to go and fight just to get that scenario done, because it's like, this is the least we can do for these people that are building what we're doing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're not building the platform. Like we can't build this platform without everybody else involved. So the very least we can do is give back to them for what they asked for. But that was such a big problem, because ultimately, and this isn't just like, it's not me, like, I don't want to be here because like attacking her. Like, I don't have any enemies in life. I don't fuck with people, but I don't have any hard feelings against anyone at this point in time. Like, ultimately,
that's growth there, bro. That's growth.
A lot of people think that like Don't Flop was in a scenario where we could have paid people everything. Like, no, we were fucking running on the shoestring. No matter how good it looked, we were fucked. Me, Bagnall, and Kruger wouldn't have lunch or dinner depending on the day, because we had to just work on what we had, like, and go and edit videos all day and do all of this kind of stuff. So there's scenarios there where, like, even when we were trying our best to help people, we couldn't. But now it's like looking at this situation where it's like, if we actually just all work together and build this properly, then everyone can get paid and make up for all of those moments as well, because everyone that still sticks around deserves it, you know? Like, Luna deserves to come back to a bag. Like, Shotty deserves to come back to a bag. Anyone that wants to come back, anyone that wants to be involved at this point in time and continue to build those platforms deserves to see it, because for so long this has been running at a point where it can't do it. So this is what I love about the unity of seeing No Loose Chat and PB working together. And the saddest thing is about all of it is, regardless of how you feel about whoever's running a company like Don't Flop or whatever, there's still a lot of people involved in that I have admiration for. Like, and it hurts me that I can't go to an event and watch someone like Shuffle that I consider a friend because of the scenario where the event's happening and stuff. Ultimately, the best scenario would be if we could have a third member in this party, and it should be Don't Flop, but because of the scenario there is, it can't go down like that, you know. But really it should just be this pulling together thing and building and building and building, like, so it's beautiful to see at this point in time. Like, but do you know how mad it is? Do you know how mad it is to sit here on a panel full of like people involved in battle rap and no one screaming or shouting at each other? Bro, if this was like 5 years ago, I would have been screaming at Yunnan all this whole time. You would have had to shut down StreamYard, fam. I would have been going back. I would have been on smoke.
Look at the comments, Linda. Shout out to my girl Linda every time. Like, absolute fucking cornerstone of this bullshit. The stream is such good vibes. I'm so grateful, because my spirit was super disturbed beforehand. You see how this shit can't be derailed? Love to you all. Like, literally, as Scoop is saying, like, we would have been shouting before. Like, look at, like, this shit can't be derailed. Like, you know, this is showing
the growth, like the growth of the scene from then to now is evident. You get me? Because we've made it so. Like, we've made sure that we've like kept everything together. We've made sure that everybody's been able to be included in shit. We've made sure that any conversations that are being had included everybody. Do you get what I'm saying? The growth is there for all to see, and anybody who's not on that growth train is gonna feel but a little bit burnt. That's just the game. You get me? But at the end of the day, we don't have to sit here and take that shit. You get me? So
figuratively,
I for one will not be tolerating any bullshit. And people just know. Those of you that don't know me personally, just know one thing: I'm sweetness and light. I'm such a reformed character, but that character before I was reformed is not very nice, and she's a real bitch. And I'll be smacking motherfuckers, girls and dudes. I don't give
anyone can get it. Anyone can get it. All right.
I'll slap you, Scoop.
Scoop, this isn't Sunday roast. We're serious tonight. Scoop, we're serious tonight. Linda says, speaking it into existence. This is an important fact as well. Again, from Linda. Speaking it into existence. More than just rebuilding. I want the performers and the promoters to be making a serious bag from now. This is a fucking business. Like these, you know, Briggsy's here talking about, you know, I'm still here because I'm passionate about it, because I care. Know these chats, same thing. However, the amount of time, the amount of energy, the amount of their personal lives that gets dragged into this, the battlers, like the people involved in this shit need to be, you know, this is a business and there's so much potential here. Like, and everyone, the more professional, the more business like this becomes, the more, and everyone benefits. Like, and the more that this fuckery can be stamped out. One of my points was here is, you know, kind of bringing it a little back to the fuckery, but not like there's audiences that aren't being gotten because of things like this. Like there's a whole black audience out there. There's a whole black market. There's a whole black market which should be fucking with this. Which really should be that money, those fans, those supporters, that genuine support from a sector who would fuck with this if that nastiness was never a part of this. Like this is what they will fuck with. This is that real. Like this is hip hop. This is battle rap. This is everyone can come and, you know, like Bam said, separate what goes on in the arena and then what goes on outside, which is we're all on this same shit. We're all moving in the same direction. We all love this shit. We're all passionate about it. We all care about this, and there's money here. Like there's people need to get paid.
Money goes into it, fam. Like these events are not fucking cheap. Like these battlers are not cheap. We pay these motherfuckers. You get me? Like we pay them. And we pay for these venues and all the promotion and the flipping wristbands and the venues, and we pay for a lot of shit, fam, to put these events on for other people. And we ain't got fucking big sponsorship and all that shit. We take money out of our pockets to do this shit, and we do it because we really do actually care about this shit, fam. Otherwise, why the fuck would we be spending money on it? Like, I've got a kid and a house to run. Like, why the fuck would I be spending money on battle rap, fam? You know what I'm saying? I do because I believe in this shit and I believe in everybody that's a part of it, no matter what this looks like. Do you understand?
Yeah, I don't think I could ever own a league because I don't think I could deal with battle rappers.
You don't want to.
I personally don't think I could deal with battle rappers. Like,
all the more reason why, you know, that we need to cut out the bullshit. We need to, you know, there's enough natural bullshit in this that you're going to get from dealing with, you know, a scene that is full of, you know, lovely egotistical motherfuckers, you know, who are badgering. Like, there's enough fuckery that it's just naturally going to be here. We don't need to deal with the bullshit. What I'm going to do is I'm so glad I did this on here. I'm so glad this has gone the way it has. I want to give everyone a chance to kind of have a final say. We've been at this like 2 hours. I'm sure everyone's kind of, I don't know that there's like anything that needs to still be said. Let's say it now, kind of briefly. I'm going to go left to right. So D-Mac, honey, unmute yourself. Big facts, Linda. Go on, D-Mac, what do you want to leave us with? If he's all right, I'm going to go to Bam because D-Mac's he's been perfect all this time while he's been.
Go on, yo.
Oh no, go on, D-Mac. All right, I'm going to go to Bam while D-Mac gets it together. Go on, Bam.
I just want to say thank you
He's
for
shut
having
it
me
down
on.
all night. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
on.
for having me on, and just thank you to everyone for continuing the scene and making it get back to a point where, like, look, I fell out of love with battle rap for many personal reasons. There, on the one side of it, it was a big, horrible situation. But when you love something so much, it's like a breakup, isn't it? Like, you have to step away because you can't deal with it anymore. And on top of that, I also felt like I let down so much people within the scene by having to remove myself from the scenario, you know? So it's great to see that all of these people that I invested in personally, when I put people on, people like Rivers and all of these people, Trubs, like so many people that I tried my best to give them an opportunity. It's great to see them actually now finally getting the props that they deserve, and getting to a point now where they're actually being shown the correct amount of love. And it's great that the scene has been able to bounce back from a scenario that's like very, the device was very devastating, you know, and I felt bad that we all played in the part where we were all arguing online, because this, what you're saying about business, when something like this racism happens, whatever because there's so many other things as well. You got to think about, this is not even talking about like being homophobic outside of a battle or anything. Like, there's so many other issues we could talk about, but like, what happens in the art form happens in the art form. It's the same as stand-up comedy. Also, if you can't be good at what you do, like if you have to resort to just like cheap tactics, then you're probably not very good as a battler or as a stand-up artist or anything like that anyway. There's a way that you can attack a certain scenario with a bit of class, you know, and in a way that doesn't have you immortalized online to make you look like an actual dickhead. And that's what people forget a lot of the time. Anytime you go into a battle, you're being immortalized online, because you can't get that battle taken down unless they want to take it down. So think very much about how you conduct yourself in that scenario, and then think about how you conduct yourself outside of that scenario, because when people are trying to get the bag, yeah, and I say I'm a brand, like Briggsy could do something right now where he could work with the people he's working with and he could do football themed battles or something like that. But how's he going to put that scenario across when the brand look at it and they see someone being racist and everyone involved having to talk and combat this scenario? Suddenly you're fucking up the money that we need. Like, you have to think about all of these things. Like, it's not about just getting some likes. Like, I wish the people like Canel would get this through their head. I'm not just using him as an example, right? But think about it for a second, yeah? Is what you're saying worth the likes? Because ultimately you're going to get like 30 likes. Is that enough for you to go through your day and feel like, yeah, I got what I needed from this situation? Or are you going to think about every single way that you conduct yourself? As I said, someone like Tony D or the Shotties and all of these people, and conduct yourself in a manner that, while this isn't a profession completely, you still need to be professional if you ever want to make money from it in the long run. That's it. Like, do you know what I mean? And other than that, it's all love and big love to everyone for continuing this, especially at a point in time where it would have been, especially for someone like Briggsy, easier to throw the towel in and just say, fuck it all, you know, I don't need this headache. I've got enough problems in life. So thank you very much for continuing this.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you saw the love that was going on from the chat. I asked the chat to put up some love for you. Like, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Briggsy, we also appreciate you. Thank you so much for staying on. Like, this is not something that you personally, that you as a brand have to defend. I appreciate you, you know. I know you personally, you know, I thank you for being here. Thank you. I know, you know, you want to go back to bed. So, like, what do you want to leave us with? Like, appreciate you. Appreciate Prem. You know that.
You know what? It's not, like I say, it's not even about us and PB and that. I jumped on this mainly because it's not only just people that I care about, it's the scene that I care about at the end of the day. Like, people don't realise the Anarchy final on Saturday that's just gone. On Thursday, we was cancelling Premier Battles. We've got the statement wrote up. Everything was done. Like, when you talk about putting money into it, obviously me and Shotty took a massive hit recently, and it killed the company. But we got a message off Bobby Rex randomly before we put the status out, just saying, can't tell you how much this battle means to me on Saturday and stuff. And then just seeing the community's reaction to the event, so many people came up that were there saying we needed this and shit like that. It's not just me, it's not just Premier Battles, it's not just Knowledge Chat, it's the hundreds of fans that come out. And like I say, this is people's escape at the end of the day. So to let some fucking idiot bring everything down is, and you know what, I'm not even going to give him that much credit to bring anything down. He's done nothing. He's put a little dint in the side of it. Like, it is what it is. We'll get rid of these people slowly and surely, but fucking keep on and let's just kill Knowledge Chat in March next year. You get me?
Done. Don't say that, please.
You see the love. You see
Don't
the
say
love.
that, please.
You see how. You see
I'm
how
so drawn out.
solid. No, do you see how solid this shit is?
It's
Do
cool.
you
It's
see
cool.
how? You see how fucking solid. I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna skip you in a second, Scoop. But you see how solid this shit is. Yeah. That we're on this stream having this shit while people are trying to do black versus white. Briggsy said all of that, and at the end of it, he's fired a shot to no loose chat. You see how solid this shit is. You see this foundation. Like fuck you. Like, and the horse he rode in on again. Paris. You hear what he said?
Yes. Go to the
Like
next
before, hold
person.
on.
It's
Okay, all right.
All right.
Scoop.
I'll wait my turn. It's all right.
Scoop.
I got you.
If there's anything I will say last, first and foremost, rest in peace to Brother Excel. That I'll say off the cuff, innit. Like I won't be able to make the funeral Thursday, but rest in peace, Brother Excel, every time. And just lastly, like, long may this attitude and this aura just continue. If you get what I'm saying, because just because we act like dicks in the ring to each other, don't mean we have to act like it outside of it. So long may this continue, and yeah, like don't try to drag me out of retirement because PB ain't killing shit, fam.
It's easy to say when you sat on the bench.
Nobody, bro. PB ain't killing nobody.
Scoop. You haven't battled on either Premier Battles or No Loose Chat, so you know what? I'm gonna move over to Yunan. Yunan next.
Yo, I just want to say, man, that like, you know, I'm the kind of guy that always remember when someone made me a cup of tea, innit? Figuratively speaking, I'm the kind of guy that always remembers that. So people like Stroh, who have helped me out in my life, Bam, made sure I had somewhere to sleep and fucking made sure I ate at events and things like that. Briggsy hit me up and shit like that just to make sure I'm good. Jen, Paris, all of you guys, man. Like, I just want you to know that when you guys feel fucking pain, I fucking feel it as well, innit? And I'm with you guys, innit? And you know, the scene means more than a lot to me. And anybody who knows me knows that. You know, I might not have always been the most together guy. I was like the catalyst for beef on Twitter at one point, right? But that don't mean shit. At the end of the day, we're a tight-knit community. I fuck with all of you, and we will eradicate this bullshit that goes on in the fucking scene. I promise, man. We will eradicate it. We will.
Big facts. Stro.
Nah, just echoing what everyone else said. Like, obviously, I know what you were saying in terms of PB and stuff like that, but reason why both me and Briggs jumped on here because we're human beings at the end of the day, and this shit isn't tolerated at any form of level. In my life, I've got a beautiful 3-year-old little girl, and at no point am I ever wanting to bring her up in a society that's as disgusting as what I'm seeing at the minute. And I look at this scene, and when I lost my little sister, I turned to people in the scene, the likes of Briggs, Yunan, Tony D, prime example, ringing me every couple of weeks just to make sure I was cool and stuff like that. And the reason why everyone loved Don't Flop back in the day was because it was like the dysfunctional family, like Bam said, it was like the family barbecue, and then it moved away from that. And then this past week, it was like the old days were back, the fun, just everything was there, and that's something which we want to bring back. And you look at No Loose Chat and the year they've had, and then it's just building up to an unbelievable event next year. But with that being said, as much as I love Paris, they're getting killed. It's as simple as that.
Is it my turn now?
Hold on, let me just give you a little introduction, right? You know, let me introduce the queen. Let me introduce the black woman that is at the helm of No Loose Chat. When this woman talks, people listen.
Oh my God!
She's had shots fired against her. You know, the shotty called her out in a fucking diss track. Like, she's here repping No Loose Chat. Like, yeah, like, Paris, address the people. Let's like address the shots when you want. Leave them. You know, we've had a great conversation here. I'm say whatever you want to say. The floor is yours, my girl.
Well, I'll leave the shots for a minute, but regarding this other situation, all I will say is cut the shit. we all know, like, we're all fucking grown enough to know what's wrong and right now. Like, stop it, innit? We've had enough of this shit. It's done. I'm not gonna continue fucking flogging this horse because it don't make no sense. Like I said before, we're gonna keep going back and forth with this, but the only thing we can do is keep fucking knocking these dickheads out when it comes up. Do you get what I'm saying? Not literal, but you know.
Well, that's an option. That's an option.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
if you
it
come
can always be
outside,
an
that's
option.
an option.
It can always go left, you know, but we'd rather it didn't. You know, we're all grown. But yeah, you know, the shot was cute. I mean, it takes more than a mention to draw me out. Like people need to understand. I'd really do this rap thing for real. Like
she does. She does.
Brixie knows that. He knows that. Yunan knows that. Scoop knows that.
Facts.
Flo knows
That's a
that.
fact still.
I came to
Yeah, it's
PP a couple of weeks ago and killed your whole roster in a cipher at your
She
house.
did. She shut it down. She shut it down. I was
your
there.
And I know you
Oh,
got it on
stress.
camera.
You spit first as well.
I know you've got it on
Stress.
camera.
You were dope.
I told
You were
your
dope.
guy to change the
I was
beat. He was
fucking with
running
it.
the same beat. I said, change the beat. I want to see who's going to touch it. Yanif touched it for a minute, but then got a little bit shook. So I had to take over
She did.
and show everybody in the room how it's really done. So if we're talking about busting shots, I've already bust one and been successful.
I'm gonna edit it how I beat.
And furthermore, I don't really need to bust shots. I always keep one in the clip though, just in case. So
see that? You see it there? You see how the queens move? You see the play? It's chess.
So all talk about killing us, that's all nice, but we ain't done none of that talk. So we'll see.
It's because you can't do it.
Well,
I don't talk about hockey because I can't play.
We'll see. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a battle rapper, but I've got faith.
Oh, you will be soon, Paris.
Well, I might be. I might just be.
Oi, what did you just say? You might just be a battle rapper soon. Oh, okay.
I might be. You don't know.
I'm gonna draw Paris out.
That might be another thing. That might be another thing I've got in the arsenal, but just waiting. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, because they need it. They need you, Paris.
Chess, not checkers.
No, but I do want to say big up though, because we do catch some serious joke on the timeline and in the fucking video chats and that. We go back and forth and it's never nothing but love. Like it's crazy. And I love that. I love the fact that we have that and that we've built that. You get me? So let's keep that shit going, man.
When's the card?
Amazing.
March.
March, yeah, next year. So we got a bit of time. But
we've only announced one battle as well, man. We've only announced one battle.
I know, it's mad. Imagine when we fucking announce the rest of the cards.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. That's big.
You know, when you do the second announcement, Briggsy, all of this bullshit's gonna slide to the side as well. Like it's good that we've had this conversation tonight, but the conversation will be changed back to the positivity the second you do that announcement. So.
We're doing a call tomorrow, I think, to sort of lock in all 5. So soon as.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like it's something that's very important to address as it's happening. The people, you know, have been very vocal about it. I don't. Maybe tomorrow, like there may be some, you know, fallout or whatever. But I just kind of, not to say we've spoken, so we've addressed it. And obviously, if anyone feels like, you know, they need to speak on it, it will be done. But I just feel like the people who are involved in driving the scene, in pushing the scene, you know, you guys on here kind of represent a lot of people as well. You're speaking for a lot of people on their behalf, and I'm sure they're quite happy for you to do so. So I don't know. I feel like tomorrow is back to, like, not even tomorrow. I feel like when I get back on my timeline, you know, in 2 minutes, Briggsy's going to be like, going to bed now, you know, and there's going to be a tweet, I'm going to go back and see what Snoop has done. Rivers, while he's been here lighting up the timeline or lighting up the chat, he's also been there throwing shot. Like, I just know, like, business as fucking usual. You can't stop this shit. Like, you can't stop this shit. Also, like, yeah, like, this is lying in the sand time, temp check time. Like, show yourself, and know that when you do, there's a consequence for doing so. Like, this is not then. 5 years ago wasn't long ago, but like now, are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, just don't do
Are
it.
you out of your mind? It's not happening. It's not happening. So
it's not cute, and it's not very becoming. Like, look, just leave it alone, man.
exactly.
It's not fucking polite. Leave it alone. If my mum said, if you can't say anything fucking nice, don't say nothing. So there you go.
Hey, the diss tracks are about to be spicy. What, 6 months?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, there's a lot. A minute to go still.
Yeah. So I'm going to say thank you. Yeah, 6 more months of this. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Caretaker, I'm grafting for this. #rebuild. Caretaker, you're speaking for all of us, for everyone. There is a massive community of people who you are speaking for right now. And with so many people moving in the same direction, we already know what's going on. So I'm gonna end on that note, and I'm gonna hit the like on your way out. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Thank you to the panel so much for coming on and having this conversation. We're out.